Take 32.
Worst opening ever.
Okay, now I can't get back over here.
No, first worst.
I'm gonna trip and die.
Yep.
Well, that could be the first worst. I mean, there's got to be a good one in there eventually.
Worst opening.
Alright. If
It's a spell.
anybody
Spell book.
ever, whatsoever, pays any attention to Dungy's YouTube page, welcome to the very first session, looking at you, Rob, of Dwarves of Dharn, Moldir.
How are you looking at Rob?
Because Rob actually wants to listen. Rob is going to be like our one and only spectator.
I'm not doing this for you.
I didn't think any of us were doing this for him.
You're doing it for Peckham.
Yeah.
Doing it to spite Peckham. Suck it, Peckham.
Also, yes.
Fuck it. Who are we kidding? He doesn't listen.
That's probably true. Okay. So, welcome to session 1. Little bit of backstory for those of you who aren't playing. Again, Rob.
He's giggling every time you say his name.
I'm sure he is.
He
I'm
probably
sure he
is.
just loves it.
It's like a 5th grader.
Eee! Alrighty. So,
That was me, no, sorry.
Completely uncalled for.
the setting, we have a dwarvish stronghold set in a mountain range. The stronghold is known as Dharn Moldir. This keep is entirely self-sufficient, has pastures in valleys between the mountains where livestock are grazed and crops are grown. And everybody that's in here is mostly staying in here. Non-dwarves are not permitted expressly.
That's racist.
Yep. So a bit of an introduction to our folks here. My name is Andrea. I will be running this campaign, and I thunk it up all on my onesie. And we have my husband Jeff, who is playing Belhad Ironpick, who is a cleric. Go ahead and introduce Belhad.
Here's Jeff. I'm playing Belhad Ironpick. Master Belhad spent his youth in service of Moradin, as his father Borhad and his father Borin before him.
I don't want to do that.
Borin before him.
This was as it should be, but something always nagged at the back of his mind. A burning desire to work stone was at the root of his innermost desires. Thankfully for Belhad, his youth was a time of expansion for the community into which he was born. With the expansion comes the need for additional shrines and niches in praise of the dwarf father Moradin. Belhad jumped at the chance to demonstrate his talents to the master of his clericy. The master, seeking the skill and meticulous effort for which Belhad bent stone to his will, gave him the commission that would consume the greater part of his life, that of an itinerant cleric, spreading the word and iconography of Moradin. Traveling between far-flung dwarven communities to repair and enhance shrines was dangerous work, and Belhad soon became adept at self-defense. In his later years, the travel had become more arduous, so he settled into the large dwarven kingdom we now find him in. Plenty of work available in such a large settlement, he prospered, but the years on the road called to him. Old and stiff now, he feels the need for one last pilgrimage before he is unable to travel in the wilds at all. Belhad is a 219-year-old cleric of Moradin, with dark blue eyes, weathered skin, salt and pepper tousled hair.
You don't need to go into physical description. We're going to have his picture up there.
And he's 4'1".
4'1". All right. Thank you, Belhad.
You're welcome.
That was some great dick, Sean.
Guys, somebody want to read this crap for me? Because I'm still writing crap over here.
All
We'll
right.
just skip you for the moment.
Yeah, we'll come back to you, Matt.
Forget you.
Up next, we have Josh, who is playing Jasgruli Brewgut. Jazz for short.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do a Yoda voice. I can't do it nearly as well as Jeff.
Well,
That being said,
Jeff is doing his little old man voice, but you
With
better
a little bit of brain.
just a hint of Bane. Just a
better
hint.
keep that up during the thing.
All right, so my character is.
Best.
All right, my character is Jasgruli Brewgut. He is a barbarian dwarf. My paperwork is upside down. Imagine that. So he is a stingy, brave, and observant dwarf. About what you would expect from someone with his terrible past. He was born and grew up in an ordinary family in a major dwarven village. He lived in peace until he was about 8 years of age, but at that point things took a turn for the worst. Imagine that. He lost his family in a food shortage and was now alone and forgotten. With the help of a suspicious stranger who happened to lead a group of traveling mercenaries, he had to survive an insane world. But with his perseverance and wisdom, he managed to escape that hell. And this has turned him into the menacing dwarf he is today. While consistently traveling the world, he now works on traveling and surviving off of nature. By doing so, he hopes to find some form of redemption and finally find joy and love for a life he has never had, for he has yet to know the touch of a woman.
Thank you, Josh. Jazz. Oh, good God.
Jazz, mate.
Just mate.
Next, we have Dave, who is playing Trunk Slam Chest.
It's more like trunk slam chest. Every kingdom has its seedy underbelly. The society under the mountain is no different. Trunk Slam Chest is a member of the Serpent's Bane Thieves Guild, hidden inside the Hungry Naga Bar. Their primary business is procurement, but they tend to accept whatever job is offered. Trunk is a legacy member, his grandfather having been a prominent figure in the guild during his day. He wasn't a new recruit, but is still working up the ranks, favoring a lookout role, while his proficiencies in lockpicking and trapping solidify.
All right. Thank you, Dave and Trunk. Are you ready, Matt?
Yeah, I still don't want to read this, but whatever.
Oh, come on. All right, so up to bat last here, we have Matt, who is playing Grognek Strakeln.
Alright, so, he's a dwarven monk, born in a small city of no more than 10,000 people. Knowledge of the world is vast due to the constant stream of caravans coming into the city. When he was a child, his parents were hung for treason. The local monks took pity on the pathetic boy and raised him. But the monks beat him often. This was the reason he eventually took to the lifestyle. Although from a noble family, his parents' past made him less relevant to his peers. Therefore, he continued to keep himself and follow the ways of the elements. Okay, that's all that's there.
All right.
Use the force.
Totally using the force.
So, basically, to give a little bit of additional history, everybody except Trunk came into Dharn Moldir from elsewhere, looking for something or other. Belhad came originally just to do some renovations on the temple to Moradin, and then just decided, I'm old, I'm not leaving. Jasgruli came in looking for, the aforementioned love and a purpose in life. And Grognek came in basically just looking for somewhere to have a future.
Sorry about that, wrestling.
Yeah.
Are you?
It's the worst.
Are you
Rustle
really?
some more.
I could.
All right. So.
Moradin can give you purpose in life.
Oh God, I gotta listen to you preach at me all fucking
More than
Sunday.
gonna
That's
touch him?
it. Gross.
I can give
That's
you a
gross.
purpose
You're
in
gross.
life, but-
Moradin will touch you with his hammer. And
I thought it
this
was a
is not the
pickaxe.
hammer.
Thought it was a pickaxe.
No, it's a warhammer.
Warhammer. Okay.
Mine is a combination warhammer and pick because of the work that I do.
When you do it right, it's a
see.
warhammer. When you're an asshole,
It's a pick.
Anyway. Okay. So.
What?
I'm just gonna move some
Hey.
of this crap off of the table because we're at a premium for space here.
I would really prefer it if you did the entire game as Bane, just FYI.
I'm going to try.
He's-
And
Well,
just a imaginary visual thought on my facial expression. Just think of displeased Balin from the Hobbit movie when they're throwing the place around. Just keep that in mind. That's pretty much the way Belhad looks all the time.
So he's got an old man resting bitch face. That's what's going on.
it's more an I'm too old for this shit face.
Combined with chronic to severe joint pain.
All right, so
It was very, very specific. It dialed that right in.
at the onset here,
You having a problem?
I am.
And not fitting in the can there?
There's logistical issues here.
Hey.
Used
I
to
can
be-
show you a trick to make that better. You just take the can and you flip it over on your hand.
yeah, but then
Gravity.
there's rustling, and we were
His
trying to
hand should be
avoid-
big enough to, just slowly slide them down
Yeah.
and just pull a few out.
Yeah,
So he's
this is what we have instead of a bag because Josh didn't want to rustle for the audio.
No, I had the bag.
Because Dave was
Yeah,
going to rustle the
Dave
fuck
is
out of
rustling enough for everyone. Okay,
All right.
so at the beginning, it is probably getting on into the evening. Any of you who had respectable jobs to do, I'm looking exclusively at Belhad. Your jobs have concluded for the day, and it is on toward that time of day where people turn to ale and merriment.
You don't get as many petitioners as you used to.
Inside the Hungry Naga bar, there is a rousing game of cards taking place. At the table,
There's an arousing game of cards.
are you aroused? Because you're playing.
Well,
Did you just call dibs on the Naga?
I
Hey,
think he did.
half snake, all woman.
right? La cloaca.
Jesus,
That cloaca, no.
things have already taken a turn.
Yes, it has.
Okay, so sitting around a table, we have
That is a
Trunk
secret.
Slam Chest in his eye patch, playing cards. Jazz, you are also taking part in the game for lack of anything better to do. And Grognek,
Wait, what?
you're playing cards.
I'm
Dumb.
like the gambles. I don't like you already.
Actually, as a noble, the tool you're supposed to select is some sort of gaming equipment. So,
Yep.
a pack of cards,
Okay.
dice, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember which one you picked, but
I would
Brewer
recommend
supplies.
pack of cards.
you're playing cards right now. Belhad, you're a little too old and dignified to go in for such games, but you
Playing
are
cards
in
and
the
pulling
bar,
Potion bottles
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit.
probably taking part in, a nice hearty stew and some ale.
Oh, Moradin knows
At a
how
nearby
to throw
table.
down, my lass.
So, the game is progressing, and a serving wench comes around. Josh, do you have a beverage at present?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to borrow your beverage as a prop.
She's method.
If you shake it, I kill you.
I'm not going to shake it. Serving wench comes around and says, "Here you go, lad. Compliments of an anonymous donor."
Of the house.
And underneath his stein of ale, he finds
Hello.
a note. Now, before we go into what the note says,
Glad you stopped me.
before anybody else that is knows what the note says, I want to know how you're going to react to it.
I'm going to glance in a manner that I'm looking with just my eyes at the members of the table who I'm playing cards with, but not necessarily say anything.
Okay. Do you know who is being referenced?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are looking around, and you will notice that at present there is a rather, money has been changing hands. This is a gambling game. In front of you, there are a few, copper coins. In front of Grognek, there's a few more copper coins and a silver coin. And in front of Trunk, there are but 2 copper coins only. But you will remember that he has won the last 2 hands. Now, currently, the pot in the center of the table consists of 12 gold coins and 3 silver coins.
If you just threw me a math problem, I'm so boned.
I didn't.
Say, my guy's
because
not smart.
because if you ask me to remember what I just threw out, I definitely won't remember.
Okay, that being said.
So, the cards are drawn, and
They always are.
Trunk takes the pot.
Of course. Everyone but me wins.
I was hoping we were actually going to play cards, damn it.
No.
No, apparently we're just giving our money to this guy because he's cheating.
Excuse me, sir. That is a dire accusation.
Yep, and let's take it outside because I'm going to whoop your ass.
Let's go.
This ought to be entertaining. I'm watching this.
Passive perception 14 on the ruckus.
Oh, you definitely noticed the ruckus.
It's impossible.
We're not being quiet.
Even-
Jazz
blind.
in particular is not being quiet. Okay, so you
This ought to be good.
you you exit the Hungry Naga and are outside in the, subterranean equivalent of the back alley.
This is a very brown reference I just got there. Never mind.
Yikes.
Continue.
Well, that's where you are. What are you going to do?
It's dank out here. Can you see enough to fight? Shit. You got.
What was the roll for?
Well, my initiative sucks.
I thought you were going to try to jump me because I was the first one out the door. That's what I thought you were going to go with.
Oh.
Fuck the back of your head.
I mean, my attack roll sucks anyways, if that's it. Pretty sure I'm missing.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you suddenly give up
I can
all
give
of
you
your
more
armor
light.
class.
So I rolled a 15 on initiative.
All right.
I
So
got-
that means, Jazz, you are definitely going first.
I got 5.
Belhad is going to make his way out there as stiffly and as immobily at the end of the day as he possibly can.
No cheap shot. This is an honorable fight.
Oh, of course. Has to be. Because if it was a cheap shot, I would have killed you at the table. I would have never verbally announced anything. I'd have just stabbed you in the throat. All right, so...
Jasgruli shot first.
Hey, so do you think we should make this fair for him? Give us a light.
I've got some light, yes. My old eyes. Sacred flame.
Oh, dear
Side
God.
of the building.
So does it, like, the building catch fire? Is it like a brick?
No, I believe it's
it's a brick and
it's a
mortar?
light source.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, Jazz, you have the higher
Sanctioned by the
initiative.
church, are you?
We don't have to
You
fight.
know,
we don't have to fight.
I'm just going to shape a
shadow.
cube of light and a
fantastic.
square cube of fire up there.
So we got like a weird disco ball effect going on now?
Yeah, there's just a square of...
All right.
That's like the only thing I can do without...
Now I have Flock of Seagulls in my head. I can't get away from this shit. It's terrible. All right, so
Morton
because
wouldn't like
my
it if you
intention
ran.
is to keep the fight honorable, I choose
Between dwarves.
to not use a physical weapon, but my own hands.
Fair enough. You will also know that while you are permitted to have your weapons on your person, the use of them
Draws the cards.
within Dharn Moldir, bad news.
Right.
Bad news.
Even though I'm probably working for the guard force, it's still a bad idea.
Mine's a worksman's tool and holy symbol. And
Can I
head
see the-
thumper.
Can I see the PHBs? I have no idea what my abilities are.
Really crappy abilities
So-
for one key point.
I, as a result of
There's always
being
going to be that one time.
absolutely very
One time
angry
we
at the
needed-
fact that this dwarf is stealing from me, and doing it in the presence of a noble, for God's sakes, I feel enamored, so much so that I become enraged.
Okay.
Wow. That's a bold move.
The boy's
All
got
right.
spirit.
He looks angry.
Watch his feet.
All right.
You gonna dance.
So you are enraged.
Yup.
What happens next?
I fall on my face because I can't do the hit. No. Fucking kidding me. I rolled a goddamn 1.
Oh, right.
He falls on his face.
What were you trying to do?
My attempt was just going to be to punch him. That was my attempt.
Okay.
So I fucking
You
nail myself in the
rear
dick.
back, and you're like really angry, and you go to sock him right in the jaw, and instead you just whiff right over his shoulder, but your momentum carries you around in a circle, your legs get tangled up, and you fall on your butt.
Yay.
You're not flat on your back, but you are no longer standing.
See, kids? And this is why you don't fight drunk.
Well,
That was funny.
well.
Trunk, that makes it your turn.
Guess what Trunk is going to do?
What is
Maybe
Trunk
we made it
going to
Trunk's
do?
going to win the fight. 'cause,
Perhaps,
just
but
gonna
I
kick
always
him in the
prefer
face.
my fights
Oh,
in color.
That's unfair.
15,
Light might
15.
have gotten in his eyes.
A
there.
15? What is your... Oh, you are at advantage
Maybe it was the
because he's
disco
on the floor.
square.
Disco square will get to you. That's what they say.
Okay, so
15
still
it is.
15.
Don't
What
know
is
where
your...
the square dance
He's
is.
15.
Okay, it matches. So you have hit him.
What's the damage roll for that?
It would probably just be your strength. Because it's the same as...
Okay, but what dice? What dice do you
What
want
was
to
it?
do?
Just a
It's a
what,
D20
you
plus your
punch?
strength modifier.
Kicked him in the face.
No,
Oh,
that's...
that's like an unarmed attack, which is a D3, unless you have improved unarmed.
Well, that's-
D4.
You're thinking 3rd edition.
Yeah.
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 I have no idea.
I don't actually know. I wasn't really prepared for
I
something
don't
to
have an
kick
unarmed.
somebody in the face.
I don't have an unarmed.
You
It's a
have
bludgeoning.
unarmed attacks. What is
Mine's
your
a
thing
D4.
say? Yours is a D4? Okay, it's a D4.
Well, I thought
But
that
he's a
was-
monk.
He's a monk, so it should be D3.
Okay, then roll
Yeah,
a D6.
he's got it improved.
So that's 2
Three.
damage plus your strength modifier,
Three
which
damage.
is 3 damage. So Jazz, you are going to take 3 damage.
So you pummeled me in the face with your foot?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
definitely
just
just kicked you right in the face.
So
Legitimate tactic.
negative 3 damage. The light was in my eye.
Grognek and Belhad, perception checks, please.
See if the light gets in your eye.
And then I will use my cunning action to try
21.
Try to kind of hide in plain sight
10.
in the alley.
Not a lot of
Good
wisdom there, right?
Jazz, go ahead and roll me a
No, I
perception
have-
check with advantage.
Wait, no. Perception, you have 13. No.
What the hell is that?
21.
My stealth is 15.
15 is the higher.
Oh, I only rolled 1 dice.
You have advantage roll
So
again.
can I roll again?
Advantage?
Yeah.
He just got kicked in the face, though.
Yeah, but it's a lit
But
lit
he's
space.
definitely paying attention to you because you just kicked him in the face.
I rolled a 10 this time, so I take 15.
You take the 15. Okay, and what was your...
14.
Okay. You see him going, you don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me.
You
wasn't
went all
that
John
bad.
Cena on us.
It wasn't that bad.
Also, the two of you roll perception checks at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
5.
not bad.
Fuck. I rolled a
20.
19 and a 5.
Okay, so you had a 20.
5.
You suck. What was your perception check?
Oh, 13.
13.
21.
Okay. You two, Trunk and Belhad, you notice a fruit cart. There's a sort of elderly dwarf,
Could be
almost as elderly as Belhad
Maybe a cart
here.
of cabbages.
Sure.
God damn it.
Yep.
Trundling a cart of cabbages
I know where this is.
down the alleyway.
Josh knows.
And that makes it, I believe, Jazz's
Take it back.
turn.
So what do I have to roll to stand? Because I'm assuming that's a thing. Because I am pruned.
Is he
You-
approaching us?
Yes, he is walking with his cabbage cart. He's also, like, just sort of do, not really paying
Going
attention.
to try to gain his attention. Hail! Hail, Master Cabbageman!
Cabbage purveyor looks up,
Cabbage master.
sees Jazz on the floor with blood running from his nose.
I don't know about that. I only took 3 damage.
You only took 3 damage, but you did take it directly to the face.
Yeah, well, it could have been
You're
a cheek.
you're just bleeding. You're not in
Like a
any
stuck pig.
you're not in any danger of dying, but you are
bright
bleeding
red,
from
bloody
the
eye.
face.
Your nose is like halfway over.
Cut me.
So yeah,
You nicked me.
he sees
Give me a
this
flesh
and
wound.
says, "Oi, what's going on here?"
Oh, it's a good old-fashioned dispute settling, but you might not want to wheel that cart in through here.
Dispute settling? We don't have any of that kind of thing going on round here. Oh, you rotten foreigners! You ought to know better. I'm gonna go get the guards. I am.
Why, it's all in accordance with Morden's will.
Morden's will. You should be ashamed of yourself, encouraging people to bash each other in the face.
Fine, trouble.
We're not encouraging.
Bleeding cabbages in here.
So he puts his cabbage cart
Wanker.
blocking the alleyway so that you cannot exit except if you go back through the Hungry Naga the way you came. And then he scuttles off to get the guards. Meanwhile, it is your turn.
Jeez. Didn't know that this city was so fucking uptight.
And that's coming from your character.
I know.
That says so much right now.
Morden values a good,
A good brawl.
A good
Ras
brawl.
Mortar. I'll have you know that.
How dare you? I'm a local. Can't you tell by the look in me eye?
I've lived here longer than you've been alive. Well, actually, he's a really old guy.
He's
so
pretty old himself, and he was definitely born here. All right,
That
so
explains his mentality.
you can stand up without having to roll.
Oh.
It's just a question of whether or not Trunk is going to use his attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to try to do,
Bring it, sucker.
instead of actually, like, attacking him, I'll kind of, like, help him to his feet, but also try to, like...
Judo throw me?
Yeah, kind of throw him towards the
Jesus.
cabbage cart.
Fucking,
Ooh, all right. I
knew that was
need
coming.
to borrow a proper character sheet because I need to see.
you're gonna
something.
coleslaw me. Is that what's happening here?
That's
Well, I just
gonna
want to say the
be,
phrase.
Oi, prick.
That didn't go very well, now did it?
What's a 10?
You have succeeded in helping him to his feet. That was very generous of you.
Brush him off a little bit.
I get a hand up there, mate.
So
Look around a little confused.
that was your
Oh, wait,
move
what the hell
action.
just happened here?
So
I
you
don't
now
know, but it was
can-
very sportsmanlike. I think we should meet feet.
Yeah, I don't know so much about you, but I think the old one's got a point. I think that guy said something about the guards, and unfortunately I kind of work with them, and I don't need to deal with this crap.
Back in my day, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Well, I think I know the best way out of
It
here.
kind of is your day. You're still alive.
All right. So what
That's
are
a
we
fair
doing?
point.
I will.
That's a very motivating statement, young lad. I shall take that to heart.
So are we in agreement that we shall settle this at a later time?
Another time, sir.
All right.
I'll use my thieves' cant to talk to some of the crowd members.
Your what?
My thieves' cant.
Okay.
It's a special thief language,
Okay.
Sounds like gibberish.
Yeah.
pretty much.
They're
It sounds like a normal conversation.
Did
out
he-
in the
did
back
he
alley
give
where you
himself a
guys
stroke
currently
kicking
are.
you?
The only spectators are these two and a cart full of cabbages.
So you're doing funky things.
Well, no.
You're just spouting gibberish at me?
What the hell are you doing?
Lead them back inside. Talk to the bartender
Okay.
with the thieves' cant.
You've taken a hit
Okay.
on the head. I can help with that.
And then lead us out a not known back way.
Okay. Well, there are only 2 ways into or out of the Hungry Naga. There was the back alley where you guys were,
Right.
and
the
then
front.
there's the front door.
There's also the roof.
Can it be assumed that
There is
since
no
I'm
roof.
old...
You're underground. You're in a mountain.
So much for
Oh,
privacy.
the roof of the cavern. Can it be assumed that since I'm old, I probably have a handkerchief on me at all times?
Sure.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to toss him my handkerchief so that he can clean up his face and ask him if he's all right if he needs any assistance with his injuries. Because we can walk right out of here like nothing happened if everyone looks healthy.
That's true.
I will relate that in character rather than just
You get punched
explaining
in the
it
face.
like I did, which sucks.
Kicked.
Yeah, you get kicked in the face.
And I'll deal with that at a later time when the guards aren't involved. I thank you for your handkerchief. I use it. And then I offer to buy the handkerchief since clearly I've just ruined it with my blood.
Oh, that's fine. I've got like
37 of them.
3 or 4 more of these somewhere.
And then I agree and I say that I did take some minor damage.
Oh, I can take care of that. Let me just lay my hammer on you.
Quite possibly the gayest thing I've heard yet.
Just drape it over his shoulder.
Just fucking...
Flop. Well, hello there.
All right, so I
I
cast.
healed you, but it seems I hit you too hard with it.
I raise up my warhammer, which is like, but then you notice that in the front of it there is a symbol of a warhammer, which glows slightly, and I just sort of touch it to you, and I cast Cure Wounds, the lower level 1 spell, which should be adequate. I think that's a D8.
It's more than
Go ahead and roll it for me just to make sure that you don't roll a 1.
Let me find it so I get the dice.
Please
Cure
don't.
Wounds,
Please don't heal me
D8
to
plus
death.
spellcasting modifier. What'd you take? 3 damage?
He took
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I have pluses to
Everything.
healing because I took life domain that makes this irrelevant. You are fully healed.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Doesn't matter what I roll.
We will
But
save
not
it.
too much, though, right?
Yeah. I roll an 8. You explode from healthiness.
Just dripping
I
vitamin
feel
D.
amazing!
That's a thing.
Who just positive energy planed it?
Yep.
This guy.
Okay, so you've cleaned yourself up. You are now back at full health. And what are we doing now?
Well, I'm no longer in rage, only because I feel like that is a spectacle that's very clearly obvious to onlookers.
Yeah.
And I kind of follow these two, mostly because I still don't trust Dave's character, whose name I can't
Trunk.
remember. Trunk.
Trunk slam chest.
I should remember that. Trunk Slam. So I don't trust Slam Trunk even a little bit yet. So, however, I kind of follow suit with these two. I kind of follow where they go.
I didn't hit you with a hammer, so that's nice.
Yes.
It's better than most people treat you.
And you've been generous enough. I mean, this guy's a little snarky, but...
I spend the whole time grumbling about how this
Hey,
city's lost
Can we
its
install a
way.
handle on your armor?
For...
I want to learn to throw you into battle.
Well, guy I just met 10 seconds ago.
How about you don't toss me?
Nobody tosses a
let's
wolf.
let's put a pin in that, and we'll come back and discuss it at a later date.
Well, you look like it'd be pretty good. I'm just saying, you know.
There's
Okay.
a strange one, this one.
Yeah.
So y'all are waltzing?
What?
You are
waltzing now?
dancing
Now
back
we're
and
waltzing.
forth.
waltzing.
Christopher walking right out the front door. The guards show up.
They took my tooth.
Whoa.
I want it back.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What is going on with all these dwarves?
Everyone here is a dwarf. So, 3 rather large and meaty guards who,
Of course.
Jazz, they look vaguely familiar to you, but you don't give a shit about their names, so you
Oh.
never bothered to learn.
Right.
You've never had to work directly with them, but you have seen them around. They show up, they start looking around and doing a lot of what's all this then,
Right.
Oi!
Prick.
but there doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary going on.
Right.
And behind them, you see jumping up and down frantically the cabbage man going, "Oi, that's them right there! They were fighting in the back alley, they were!"
Hold on.
What's this all about?
Just 1 second.
The old guy's got something.
Apparently I'm waiting.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, don't mean to hold things up,
Yeah,
but
you do. It's worth it. Just do it.
I need to check on a thing.
I think I know where you're going with this, so we're going to allow it.
Somebody
Since
prepped
I'm
a
in charge,
spell that
apparently.
they want to cast.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Sorry.
Mouse ran up the clock. There's
Oh,
more
that's
to
level
that, but
2.
That's all I
Sorry.
ever remember.
Hickory dickory dock.
That one is...
Well, I'm not particularly
Range?
sure on that, but since you are the DM, I'll take your word for it.
Kill me, Alice. Get your shit
Sorry,
together.
I'm sorry, very sorry.
To the moon!
Wham boom.
Oh, it's centered on the point of... How far are we from Cabbage Man?
He's going to die.
15 feet, but he is sort of behind the 3 large, muscly guards.
But you can
Okay.
see him.
That's fine. I'm going to mutter slightly to myself and cast silence just far enough behind him that I can cast it within 120 feet of myself, visible range. It has a 20-foot radius. I want to put him in that radius and no one else.
So he's essentially standing in a vacuum.
So, he is jumping up and down, and he's squawking at these guards. He's like, they were fighting! I saw it! The one kicked the other one in the And he drops off so suddenly that the guards turn to look at him.
Let us
and
not
they
be here
see
anymore.
him still motor-mouthing,
Ooh.
and no sound is coming out.
I walk up to some of the guards
That's
and I
a
go,
funny trick.
"Oh, that doesn't look good. I think something's happened to that poor man. I should probably attend to him. I'm a cleric, don't worry."
The guards are completely flabbergasted. They have no idea what to do, and because you seem like you do, they just get out of your way.
Clearly he's having an air embolism, and he needs my assistance.
So I, knowing where my radius is, I speak the entire way to the cabbage man until I know that it would cut out my own voice. I speak in a sentence that ends right there. Like, "Oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I've seen this happen before. Sometimes it can get strained." And then I enter the zone of silence myself. And I just grab him and start pushing him back down the alley in the other direction.
Now, you're not in the alley currently. You have gone out the front door.
Oh,
So
where?
you're on like a main sort
He's
of
in
mark.
he's in the front of the building now? This
You
guy?
guys,
We walked out the front door.
yeah, you all went out the front door.
Oh, he is around the front.
And they all met you around the front. So you are in a sort of like main market street now. There are actually several people wandering around
I was
in
waiting-
and out of your cone of silence.
I was wondering how many
And
other people were being affected.
They're
I was
starting
waiting
like
for it.
there are a couple of lady dwarves walking along, gossiping, and then all of a sudden their chit chat is just nullified,
Thank
and
God.
they're super concerned about it.
Nothing bad can come of it.
Right?
And the guards take notice.
Maybe we should
Do
blow
they?
out a microphone.
Yeah, maybe don't
Sorry,
put
sorry,
stuff
sorry.
on top of the microphone.
Do they? Where's
Fuck's
the
wrong.
guard's roll?
Fine, you want the guards to roll?
I want the guards
I get
to roll.
3 of them at advantage.
Wow.
That one definitely notices. That one definitely notices. And that one is completely oblivious. So 2 of the 3 guards notice that something fishy is going on here.
I'm gonna ask them how they're doing today. Just gonna start talking to them.
The third one, who is completely oblivious, says, well, actually, it started as a pretty nice day. Until, I'm hearing stories of fights, but to be frank with you, I think the cabbage man has lost his bloody mind.
No, he's completely lost it.
All
I
right.
don't know what you're talking about.
This is a very interesting turn for a lawful good character. Silence is a concentration spell. Meaning that when I want it to go away, it goes away.
Okay.
So I am going to, in my mind, break the concentration of silence by way of casting Hold Person on the guy I just walked up to.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop concentrating on silence, speak the vocal components of Hold Person as I'm touching him.
Now, where is Hold Person?
It's in my pocket.
There it is.
No.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so he gets a Wisdom saving throw.
Against my... Nope.
What is the DC on this?
It would be 10 plus spell level, which is 2, plus my key
This is-
thing is 4.
This says DC 14.
It does. That's odd. It's just 10 plus 4? I thought the spell level would factor into it. I don't know if it's...
Okay, well, he is not held. And now that he is able to talk, he's going to say, something weird is going on here! I say, you guys,
George!
come and help me here!
Glad to see you're alright!
I'm gonna run up and be like, what do you need?
Oi, who are you?
Me? I'm not giving him my name.
Who are you?
Now, go ahead and roll me a charisma check, Grognek.
Roll me a you don't have to tell me your name check.
Oh, this is gonna fail. Yep, 2 does not work.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well fuck you.
So he's looking at your noble garments, and then he's looking at you, and thinking, no. No. So he says, I don't know what the deal is with all you crazy folk, but somebody's probably stealing my cabbages, and I just want to get away from all of you. But gods, keep an eye on them. And then he literally runs through the bar back to his cabbage cart.
Someone said
I'm gonna tell the guards that he's clearly insane.
which I'm sure they believe.
I think he'll be better. I think that did the trick.
The guards are unsure, but go ahead and roll a bluff check.
Someone set his cabbage on fire, right?
That would be hilarious.
What's the bluff?
Yeah. No, that. Do
It's
that to his
Persuasion.
Do
deception.
that to his cabbage.
Deception.
Deception.
Do that.
Great
to
at
the
that. 12.
12, okay.
You know
I
what?
this
The
for a
funny
hot
thing
second.
is,
It's an insight check.
Wait for him to get to the cart, then
There
set it
it
on
is.
fire.
So it's okay.
Can I get advantage for, carrying through the narrative that they expected to see? The clerics show up, the guy gets better.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Hold that thought.
Eh?
What?
Can I get advantage for carrying through the narrative they expected to see? The cleric showed up, the guy got better. That's the story I'm trying to sell him. All the available evidence would indicate that it is true.
Let's find out if they actually believe it or not.
Good luck.
That guy. What was your deception check?
12.
12. Okay, so one of them does not believe you, but the other two do.
And it turns out the one that doesn't believe you happens to not outrank the rest.
Captain of the Bloody Guard, he is.
Okay,
right?
Trunk. That thing that you just told me you were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Two people are completely oblivious to it, but one of them is watching you
I'm not doing anything
very
overtly suspicious.
very adamantly.
Except just staring at somebody, just eye fucking him.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
I mean, they don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm not doing anything overtly suspicious.
So one of them does not believe you. A different one of them is paying very close attention to Trunk. But the one who doesn't believe you, just because the other two are like, yeah, it's a thing. He's just, he's just a cleric doing his thing, and that guy, he sells cabbages, for Pete's sake. Clearly, he's a little addled.
Not a true dwarven profession, is it? Mm.
So,
I got something. I got something for that. So, as a result, as I see the situation seems to be deteriorating, or not going as well as it could, I decided to start acting insatiably drunk. And I start wobbling and start yelling like a jackass and start singing a little toodaloo. And I put my arm around one of the guards and try to get him to sing with me and sway and try to make it off that I'm drunk. And then what do I have to roll so that I can projectile vomit on his feet?
Do you have a skill to projectile vomit at will? Make a bulimia check.
I don't look good in the cheerleader's outfit.
Yikes.
Holy shit.
Eating disorders are real, people. I'm sorry. Please donate to your latest thing. That's a thing for that.
Well, this dungeon account is getting shut down.
Great. This was totally not my fault, BT dubs.
What just happened? I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to make him believe that I'm like stupid drunk. That's all.
I will.
Tumblr's gonna love us.
We already believe half that.
I will let you, if you're trying to vomit, I will let you do a Constitution check at disadvantage.
All right.
So bummed that I nerfed my whole person.
So I'm just using the ability modifier plus whatever I
Yes.
rolled.
Yes.
There's one powerful
Well, that's a
cabbage
9.
farmer.
Roll it again. Because it's disadvantage.
I know, and I'm afraid.
You should be.
I'm the most aggressive, lawful good person in the
I mean,
world.
roll a 20. That way the 9 is at least.
Crit 1. Oh, well, that was a 15.
Okay, so what did you roll? You got a 9?
9.
A 9. You start thinking of something that is just
Wretched.
truly repugnant to you. And you start, like,
Cabbages.
trying
It's like I'm
to
driving.
dry heave, but you just can't get anything to come up. But the guards, like, they give you
They
a
worry.
little bit of
They
space
worry about it.
in the landing zone, and they say, "You ought to know better than to get yourself drunk.
Why? It's a good time.
It's
you should try it.
unbecoming of one of the gods."
I'm not a
You
god.
there!
When someone asks if you are a god, the answer is yes.
How did you know I was a god? Zeus himself should be happy to be me.
God? Blasphemy!
So,
You immediately take all the attraction I was gaining away.
Nah.
What's he on about?
so the guard says, like the one who is more in charge of the other two, says that he's going to be keeping an eye on you because he actually outranks you as well. And he is going to report you for disorderly conduct.
Hilarious.
And you're going to end up losing a shift because of it.
Well, that's just a fucking shame, I bet.
The other one, who's been eyeballs on you, says, "I'm watching you, mate."
Don't worry.
Why do all these
I'm
dwarves
watching
have a
you,
British
too.
accent?
I don't know. I'm trying
What
to
is
figure
that
out why all the dwarves are British too.
It's hilarious.
They're not all British. That's just the only accent I can come up with on a short...
Leave the poor lady
Short-
alone.
Not all
So
dwarves
they're all
have to be
British by
Scottish.
default. Okay.
Not all dwarves have
That's-
to be Scottish. That's racist.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's
true.
definitely racist.
And also
So-
somewhat accurate from everything I've ever seen.
Right?
I'm Bane, for crying out loud. What do you want from me? I'm a hill dwarf, so it's different.
So, you're losing a shift.
Yeah.
He's got his eye on you. And you two.
What? I didn't do nothing.
Monkeying around.
Come by the temple.
Carry on!
Lay off the sauce.
Come by the temple. We'll give you a blessing or something. It'll be very good.
Bribe of the gods.
Well, thank you, Father. Alright,
This guy.
so they wander
Only
away.
a man of the cloth gets away with bribery with law enforcement.
They wander away,
It's not a sin, my
and
son.
you all are left to your own devices.
Well, as well we should.
What do we want to do now?
Well,
There's no way you can prove I was cheating.
that's not true.
Which is entirely true.
Just because I can't physically say that I caught you cheating doesn't mean that I don't have some sort of proof. Because A, you got awful uppity when I accused you of it, which I guess is arguably typical under those circumstances. That everyone would get kind of antsy, especially if you're being accused of it and you're not guilty of it. So there's a front you have to put up there. You have to at least play the part. But I also know that you're a rogue.
Well, you don't know that. He's a rogue.
He has the look.
He looks like a...
He
he's
looks-
a rogue. He cuts a
He
roguish...
looks like a seedy...
He's a shifty motherfucker. It's
Yes,
obvious.
that you know, but you don't know specifically.
Oh,
that-
is that what the brawl was about?
What sort of thievery can I get up to with one eye?
Just because you're wearing a patch doesn't mean you don't have both your eyes.
Haven't I seen you begging alms down on the high street?
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
Can't or won't.
Won't.
Well, so that's what this was about. You thought he was cheating you.
Yes.
Well, that's not cricket. Morden values fair play above all things. You know, I could solve this quandary for you.
Would you? That would be delightful.
Yes, I think I can
make a disco
work
ball.
this out.
Yes, you can make a disco ball. And we appreciate
We're
your
all,
contributions to the group as a whole.
We're all
as well.
huddled around. Is that?
Yeah.
All right.
But you are still just sort of out in the open in front of the Hungry Naga.
Okay. Do you want to resolve this here, or perhaps somewhere a little more private?
Whatever you suggest, Father.
Somewhere
Go
else.
back behind the cabbage.
Yeah, it's probably better.
I think the cabbage is gone.
The cabbage is in fact gone. If you travel back through the Hungry Naga, back out to the outside, the people within are going to be like,
Can't we just walk around the building? That seems easier.
it's actually
Just
part
a solid
of
row. We're in the middle of a solid row of buildings.
It's not like a solid row and you're not in the middle, but in order to get around, you will have to walk past another shop around the corner and then into the back alley. Incidentally, the back alley is where they keep, like, the garbage and things. Those cabbages, they weren't terribly fresh.
I just don't say.
Thinking that this dispute is between the two of you, and it doesn't necessarily need to continue to gather attention. Fair enough?
Incidentally, you will notice that a fair bit of attention has been gathered. There are people standing around other
Hey, look, people's shower sparks.
shop
I'm
entrances.
fucking rogue! I'm Jubilee here.
Other shop
Yeah, I can do
entrances
that, you know,
because they
it's-
saw the guards, detaining you guys. They saw Jazz being incredibly drunk.
I believe that detain would be an inappropriate word based solely on the fact that no one was physically being detained.
That's true.
They were
being
questioned.
They were questioning you. So a little bit of interest has developed, but once the guards left,
I'm going to
a
want
good number of your
walk them into a more private space. If we have to go around a thing, that's fine.
Well, you can either go around or you can go through. It doesn't really.
I'm going to walk by the people that are gawking and, basically just do a meaningless benediction. And blessings of Moradin. There's good people. Come by the temple. I didn't see you there.
Great opportunity for the guilt trip, Father.
Yeah.
Fantastic go.
And when we get back around the corner, I'm going to say, now, we can, I'm sure, get to the bottom of this matter, yes? Cheating, it's not cricket. And I cast Zone of Truth. I think you can expect a reasonable answer out of him now, as my hammer glows slightly.
It's an
has a neat trick.
a very light, audible hum is heard. So I asked Mr. Slam Trunk.
Slam chest.
Sure. Slam chest, I'm sorry. It seems like...
And I'm
Slam
just burning
trunk.
through them level 2 spells.
Trunk.
Hey, why not?
Slam chest.
Yes.
I'm creating all kinds of, delusional things.
So,
Making people question reality.
They're just delusional
Yeah,
things.
everybody out in the front is going.
It's not actually happening, you just think it's happening.
No, it actually happens, though.
I cast Fireball! No, you didn't.
What is the text description for Zone of Truth?
I will give you that text description. Also, I apologize, but it's what I would do.
You jerk.
He's lawful good.
So in the interim, while
You
you're
create a
figuring-
magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered around a point of your choice, which is basically me, within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time or turns to on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie. It doesn't force you. I don't think it forces you to speak. But if you do speak, and you wouldn't know
Not necessarily.
the effect, you wouldn't know that it's happening to you either.
That sounds like not necessarily even speak. You can't sign or.
Yeah, you couldn't speak a deliberate lie while it's in its radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails its saving throw.
Yep, I cheated the whole time.
And word vomit. Well, I appreciate your honesty.
I mean, I attempted to lie right now.
Right?
No, it was
just-
completely fair.
No
game,
way!
But it comes out, I was cheating the entire time. Fuck.
This shocks you, I'm sure.
Hey, can I
Yep.
get some of that back, too? Because he was probably cheating his bow.
I'm sure you probably
I was. Fuck.
See that shit?
And were you
Hey,
done?
what did you do, and how long does this last? Because this is gonna be entertaining.
Oh, well, I mean, it's good for about 10 minutes or so.
So, just out of curiosity's sake, did the father actually see you doing what he said he thought he seen you doing about a week ago?
I was doing it yesterday. Fuck!
I thought that was the case.
Fantastic. All right. Well, if you would be so kind as to return our property, I believe we can come to an amicable understanding and we'll go about our separate ways.
Well, that I'm not going to do.
Well, that was honest.
So the truth.
And why not? Just because I'm apparently got to carry on the conversation before I punch you.
It just goes down this rabbit hole of, like, a scarred childhood. Like, why do you steal? Well, I mean, like, my dad never really...
Took a turn.
It's not really zone of therapy. It's zone of...
I don't want to answer that.
Well, duh.
That's the truth.
All right. So here's the option. Either A, you return our property, or we are going to attack you.
I don't think you should do that.
Well, I was being honest, as it turns out, because I'm also in the zone of therapy.
Yep. Yeah. Also, I am going to punch you.
And it's really going to hurt, because he's not drunk.
Also, yes.
And under any set of circumstances, that statement, taken out of context, would not make any fucking sense anywhere else.
I counsel him that underhanded dealings are not looked upon with favor by Moradin.
And what is your response to that? Truthful.
You know, a lot of the things I swindle end up in the church.
It also therefore came from the church.
I usually steal your candlesticks and then sell them back to you.
He probably was stealing the candlesticks.
Just the candle.
You really regularly donate to the church, apparently.
That's the thing.
Got it good.
Well, I mean...
You getting all Robin Hood-y now?
Yes.
Your motivations may be virtuous, my lad, but I don't think that this gentleman sees it the same way.
We'll
I don't
call
think
it a
either
difference
of
of
these-
opinions then.
Either of these
that'll be the day.
gentlemen.
Considering I am lawful evil, I certainly do not believe that is the case.
All right,
See, now, I
Grognek,
would've-
true neutral. What is your take on the situation?
To punch him in the face.
Okay, roll me an attack.
Roll me a punch him in the fucking mouth.
Let's see.
Better than I did.
Yeah, that's 15.
It didn't take much. I got a fucking
That
nat
is.
1. Practically punched myself in the
Is
face.
that a 15 with any other stuff added onto it? Or
I'm
is-
looking here. Hang
Okay.
on.
It should be your strength
Encourage him.
modifier.
Yeah, so 18.
Because we don't actually have the unarmed.
Trunk, does an
attack
18
checks.
hit you?
Yes, it
it
does.
does. All right, go ahead and roll me a damage check.
Get blasted in the mouth by a monk.
Ow.
It's only 4.
Only 4 damage.
Only.
You are
From a
taking
punch.
only 4 damage. All right, that's going to be initiatives for the 3 of you who are directly involved.
There.
And what's your armor class?
14.
The thing about monks and unarmed
4,
combat,
right?
it's a thing.
They're really good at it.
Yes, but only the one combat had to be unarmed for me. This one doesn't.
Well, keep in mind, I'm sure the father may have an issue or take offense if you pull
Well,
a
then.
weapon.
I'm pulling a weapon. I just got punched in the face.
All right, well, you got to do what you got to do. Shit happens, I guess.
You're gonna pull a weapon?
Short sword.
Your weapon's
What's
gonna
your
start heating
initiative?
up.
What?
What's your initiative?
Oh,
Bird-
shit snap.
Birdie hands.
Nope.
20.
20?
Heat.
All right, we got initiatives over here.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Oh,
you
yeah.
are.
Sorry.
My initiative is a -1.
That's because you're, like, super old.
Yeah, he is.
Literally, I cannot actually tell if that's 16 or 19. Well, that would be a 91. So, obviously, it's 16.
16. Do you have a modifier of that?
I do. It's a +1.
Okay, so Trunk is at 20,
I wish we could have come to a better agreement.
and
I
Jazz
believe we
is
tried,
at
Father.
17,
19.
and Grognek is at 19. I wish I would have known that before I wrote that down. All right, Trunk, you're up to bat first.
1 second.
I'm going to repeatedly refer to you as Slam Trunk, just FYI.
I run away.
Like flat out
Like-
dead run.
Yes.
You can, by the way, be evasive in your answers in a zone of truth.
It's a little late.
Too late. Too
You
late.
wouldn't have known that. You wouldn't have known that you couldn't actually lie until you
Right.
tried it.
So,
yeah.
Right.
so what's your movement speed here?
Same as yours. Well, no, probably not.
Yeah, no, probably not.
I'm probably gonna joggingly keep up to you and be like, "Hey, where you going?"
And the neat thing is, I know if somebody makes their save against the spell or not.
Really?
So I knew that he failed his roll and that what he was saying had to
honest.
be true so far as it went. Whereas I can know if somebody made their save and was resistant to my spell, and then I know not to necessarily trust what they say. Pretty cool.
You
That
probably
is
don't
nice.
have anything adjusting your movement speed, right?
Not the speed, but the number of times I can move.
His movement speed is 25 feet, but we're trying to figure out 25 times what.
Plus 3, 19 wisdom
it's-
is why I'm
It's
old.
an initiative, so doesn't that mean he can only do double the distance he could in a normal round? If he doesn't use his
He's
attack.
flat out sprinting. Then.
Yeah, if he has a feat, then it
It's
becomes...
not a feat. It's part of the rogue class.
Okay.
What are you
That
dashing?
gives me the dash. I just don't know
Yeah, he's...
Thought it was
how
the,
much the dash is.
thought it was
Johnny.
the horseshoes of Zephyr you got on over here.
Don't worry, I'm not going to be chasing you down.
Okay,
You
so
probably throw the hammer like Thor, though.
what you doing over there, Matt?
Oh, I'm just gonna catch up to him.
Let me see.
I'm going to monk it up.
Don't do that.
Just gonna. Hey, what's going on? Where you going?
And you're barefoot, too, aren't you?
No, I got boots on.
He's got
Oh.
boots.
Don't do that.
Who's slow? Not that. No.
What is your movement?
35.
35.
I'm just going to be standing in an alley by
All right.
myself at a certain point.
So
No, I'm still standing here. These two
Okay.
just bolt off.
at the end of the round, you two are still, relatively close to each other. You two have been left in the dust.
I'm not even.
I've got a
trying.
5-foot lead.
So where are you going?
tempted
I can
to
do
go
75 feet in a round.
Yeah, if I take off flat after you, I can move farther.
I don't think you'd want to do that, though.
No,
How
that's why I'm
motivating.
just jogging next to you.
So,
Hey, you just get in front of him and run backwards.
No, I can't quite do that yet. Give me a few more levels.
That's later.
out of character, I know that Trunk is a local, and also being a rogue, he would probably be aware of the better routes to take. That might be more clear during this time of day.
He's going to wind up parkouring something.
Yes.
Yeah.
But would I be able to legitimately, as a guard, anticipate his most likely route and attempt to cut him off at the pass?
You just cut him off at the pass?
Head them off at the pass.
Oh, sorry.
I hate that cliche.
You just take a side street and step out in front of him.
But my intention is to clothesline the shit out of him.
Roll me
A clothesline.
insight check.
What the hell is an insight check? Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah, insight's a thing.
Welcome to 5th edition, folks.
Worst intro ever. No, sorry.
I've been around in town for a while, but
18.
I don't
18.
really know where he might be going.
I don't know where I'm going.
I don't even know.
In a minute here, you're going to be going unconscious.
That's for later.
Okay.
Away is for now.
I was surprised when the thieves hangout didn't have another back door.
All right.
Just so you know, that's a thing. In a minute here, you might be going down.
Trunk,
Entirely possible.
pick a number 1 through 4.
4.
4.
That's a good choice.
Deuces. That's a thing.
Okay.
Oh, deuce.
You make a decision to go
That
back
way.
down the alley,
Right.
hang a left behind the clothier shop, turn right out behind there, and you come up behind the Cabbage Man.
Of course I
Coming running out of a door, you see this guy.
do.
Hey.
Now, you realize that you've gotten there in less than half the time that it took him to get here.
Well, he doesn't have a muck about his
He does.
general vicinity.
You're being shadowed.
Mucking it all
You
up.
got that monk on your back.
All the monkey business.
Get out.
Yeah, get it? Nice.
This is my house. I'm not getting out.
Get
I need
out.
to see that real quick, because
Yes.
It's
in a
my
minute I'm going to be
house.
punching him
I'm
again.
just holding it.
So,
Quit hitting me.
do I feel like the distance I have between Trunk and myself and with Cabbage Peddler, do I feel like I can negotiate this so that I can effectively do like a cross body block, or that I can effectively actually stop him, like get in front of him to stop him? Or is there too many things in the way?
RKO out of nowhere.
You can definitely get in front of him.
All right.
Oh, God.
Cabbage
Oh, God.
Peddler, his cabbage cart is empty, but he still has it.
We need to relieve him of
he
that.
He's peddled.
He is. Well, no, you remember he was going back there to dump his rotten cabbages.
Ah.
And he was worried about someone stealing his rotten cabbage. Super curious, by the way.
It's a nefarious business that a guard might
The cabbage business.
Right.
look into.
So,
He's in waste disposal.
Oh.
well, I think he said he
protection.
was worried about somebody stealing his cabbage cart. I think I probably said cabbages, but I meant
yeah.
cabbage
It's a
cart.
mighty fine cart.
It
Mighty
is.
fine.
Made by the dwarves, you know.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Thing.
So yes, like you're in a main sort of thoroughfare, and it's fairly wide, you know, at least 20 feet wide. Cabbage guy is taking up like the 4 feet closest to this side. He's coming around the corner, making a left, and coming straight at you.
Nice.
And if you are moving at a decent clip, you two will meet probably right next to Cabbage Cart.
Okay. So, seeing as how he's already kicked me in the face once after stealing my money, and now he's becoming insatiably difficult.
Jazz, what is your movement speed?
20 feet.
20 feet. Okay. By the time you get there, you are out of movement.
But you said he's running at me, and he's running at almost
He
40
is
feet.
he is running at you.
Is he out of movement or is he out of action?
He's out of movement.
Oh, so they don't meet.
Not on this turn.
Oh, okay.
He sees them at the end of that turn.
By the way,
So he's running along for all he's worth, and the monk's like jogging along, sort of passively.
Nice day.
by the way, I whistled
I
to
need
myself
you
in
to
an
roll
alley.
me a perception
all
check
alone.
at a disadvantage.
I wonder what's
wonder
going on with them.
Wow.
I
Okay.
am not rolling this dice anymore.
You do not notice him,
Nope.
The monkey on your back will do that to you.
but it is your turn.
It's very distracting.
Do I notice
hey,
the cabbage?
hey.
Roll me another perception. Yes.
Like his character's
I'm
like
going to
winded
try
trying
some
to go.
parkour
He's
shit
just
up on the
Flicking
cabbage
his
cart.
ear.
Okay.
Run, step.
Acrobatics.
A little jump. Get on the edge of the cart.
I'm going to spend a key point as a free action and push him.
hit the stiff arm for the win.
So I'm
What is-
dashing to right next to you and shoving you, just so you know.
Ha!
Say hello
Right
to
into the
Klaus.
cabbage cart.
Well, here's the hope of my
Just
acrobatics.
divert
is
him
good
enough
now.
that he winds up just hugging that old man.
Okay, so now because you're being pushed, your acrobatics is going to be at a disadvantage.
Ooh, yeah.
Parkour is harder when the monkey's attacking you.
Using my inspiration.
Okay.
Please don't suck. That's 13.
13.
Acrobatics is 15 total.
15 total. Okay, explain to me again what
When
you were
he
doing.
ran?
No, when he said
When I
he
was
asked.
truthing.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
he said, "Did you really do what the father said he caught you doing last week?" He said, "I was just doing it yesterday." Fuck! That was when I gave it to him.
It was hysterical.
I'm beating my own ass. Do you mind?
The pen's blue!
No, he is in a minute because he's
Pushed
about to take
aside.
a leap and
I can't really jump up onto the cart when I'm being shoved to the side. So kind of like a twirl, really fancy twirl around the cart.
Let's spin.
Okay.
And then dart down a side alley.
Okay.
Roll me a Sidewinder check.
You have lost in your
He
spinning,
just winds
sort
up
of
back here and I
tripping.
just stick my hammer out.
You have lost 15 feet of your movement speed
Okay.
in doing that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Jazz, you witnessed all of this go down.
Just me.
Yep.
He didn't make it to you before hanging a left and going back down another alley. Grognek, it is your turn.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, what?
I finish whistling one of my favorite hymns to myself in an alley all alone. And then I just sort of and wander back into the bar.
Okay.
And
Alright, so let's see if I can hit him again.
Try to finish your soup.
try to finish my soup.
That is now, of course, cold.
No,
It's very
stay
cold
on the
soup.
thing, not on the floor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 21 gets you. 20 gets you.
What are you doing? Are you
I'm
punching
punching him again.
Punching him in the back of the head. Okay.
Because shoving you is a free action.
Damn it! Stop hitting me!
So I do that just to be a
How,
jerk.
how much were those 3 copper worth?
Yes.
No, there were like 12 copper pieces and 3 silver pieces in the center of the table, and he'd been cheating for a while.
Hey,
He kept going all in to
welcome
make the
to
pot
7
higher.
damage.
Fuck.
Okay, I need you to roll me a
I just rolled max
acrobatics
on the
check.
die, you know.
Poor man's crit.
Roll
We'll
me
see.
a.
Did you give me my-
Yes, I did.
Okay.
No, I
He's
don't have
still got
stunning
his. He
fist
hasn't
yet,
used
because
it
if I
yet.
had stunning fist,
I
that
was
would
say
have
that
been
would
what I
have
did.
been it.
Disadvantage?
No, just
Nickname you the
It
one
was
hit
4
wonder
first.
because it's
Yeah.
all it takes.
6!
okay. He is running along behind you and
using that
punches
one.
you in. You're running out of d20s.
Well, I've got more.
He punches you and just completely knocks you off balance. You tumble,
You can't remember.
hit the ground, and
Trip.
roll a couple of times.
And at this point, the coins fly out of his pocket.
Reflex save.
She'll give these stone dice to me.
Screw you, die.
Oh, yeah.
What do we got?
3.
3. You trip over him,
Ah! Suck it!
and you both sprawl.
Pride goeth before.
Jasgruli, it is your turn.
They are beautiful.
Are you prune? You're all prune?
They're both prone.
Okay. And they're like an L shape away from me, correct?
Yes.
Like approximately like at walking speed. Could I get there within my normal movement?
If
Oh, no.
you were to run, you could get there in 1 turn.
Okay. I will save my movement.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
I am going to look around and observe.
That looks cocked to me.
Well, I mean, but it's uneven here.
Okay. Try and, do that.
Thing. Oh, well, cute. So I rolled a 14 on perception.
Okay. What are you looking for? Or are you just looking?
I'm trying to be observant and see if there's anything I could potentially use as a chuckable item.
Oh. For a 14,
You smell cabbage.
Are you still holding your sword, by the way?
No, that was put away when we start running.
You don't run
because
with
it's
swords.
very dangerous to run with a weapon.
Just saying, because if you are, I'm still heating it up, so whatever it's in, probably getting warm.
Don't do that.
I was doing that when you pulled it.
It's true, that happened.
Don't do that.
The sheath, like it melts through the sheath.
Oh,
it just
sad.
falls down on the ground.
Hey, wait a second.
And by the way, that's going to continue to happen for an hour.
Stop doing that.
Christ almighty.
What are my incentives?
I don't even have to spend a key point to do that one.
Stop doing that.
Your free actions are hysterical.
For a 14, you see on the ground a cabbage. It is a not terribly fresh cabbage.
Don't hit me.
It clearly
Hit 'em.
fell out of Cabbage Man's cart, unbeknownst to him, as he was cruising along.
Bigger surface chances.
We are having dice thievery happening at the table here. So you find a cabbage.
Right. I'm assuming as a free action I can just reach over and pick it up, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then I hold my movement.
Okay.
That's it.
You are the end of the turn order. So holding your action just basically means that you are forfeiting it for this round.
Alright, fine. I go as far as I can. I guess, like, trotting, running, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
That is allowable considering whatever movement I've already just made to retrieve the cabbage.
Okay.
So, assuming it was more than like a 5-foot reach, I'm assuming I had to step. Right?
You will have gotten it for a 5-foot step.
That's the kind of thing you need.
So then I will run the max distance you will allow.
Okay.
With said name cabbage.
You pull up behind them. They are both sprawled out in the alley.
Yes.
You are 15 feet behind them.
Right.
Cabbage in hand.
Well, I thought that was well, that was technically an attack. That would be an attack, wouldn't it?
Would be an attack.
Alright, I'm going to roll an attack with cabbage.
I don't think you should do that.
Roll me a cabbage check.
And I'm going to spot cabbage check at that.
Throw it at him.
I'm going to aim directly at Trunk's head.
Don't be a sauerkraut.
Is it? Yes. So,
Get out.
I'm assuming I can visibly make out his head.
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Yes.
It's hard to miss one that big.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Since your melon is huge and he's going to hit it with a cabbage.
It's mostly hair.
Well, and that's probably true. You're quite flowing in the locks. So, this is my cabbage chucking check. Does a 9 smoke his noggin?
By the way, he is prone, so you do have advantage.
Oh.
God.
Whoa.
That's
A 19
God.
definitely hits it.
God
That's actually 21.
damn it.
Nice. Yeah. So you just explode semi-rotten cabbage
You're just lucky
upside
there's
the
no
back
crit
of his
range on
head.
a cabbage.
What's the damage on cabbage?
It would
It's non-lethal, I'm assuming.
it would probably be a D2.
Repulsive is what it is.
It's more demoralizing than it is painful.
Right?
I puke on the monk.
Side
At
fact.
least someone can puke when I want them to.
Side fact for the listener: the player who is currently playing the character Bean by the Cabbage despises cabbage.
Yes.
That's why he just
I do.
threw up on Grognek.
Side facts. These side facts
Hey,
brought to you
he's
by
prone. I think
Wizards
he
of the
should throw
Coast.
up on himself.
Wizards
Just
of the
saying.
Coast.
I
He
think
probably just throws up on the cobblestones next to him.
Buy a book.
It's like,
Make me a get out of the way the vomit check.
Alright, go ahead and roll a D4, Josh. And if it is a 1 or a 2, it is 1 damage. If it is a 3 or a 4, it is 2 damage.
You're gonna get damage from cabbage.
damn it, people. Stop hitting me.
I haven't hit you
Stop
once.
cheating.
Same team.
So you are taking 2 cabbage
Not
damage.
Stop cheating, and we will stop hitting you.
I did stop cheating.
Yeah, but you still won't give us our money back.
Because everyone left.
You
won't
won't
return
return
the
the stolen
property.
property. Therefore,
We're gonna continue the whoopings. And
Alright.
on a side note, I'd like to point out that I used Dave's D20 for the cabbage chucking. So I used his own dice against him.
Yes.
That's rude. Don't touch
Fast.
another man's dice.
Well, that's community dice. That's a
Never
novelty.
rub another man's rhubarb.
It's a novelty D20. That's not personal.
Keep your hands off of his dice bag.
Okay.
Hey, he likes it when I round him like that.
Okay.
Benoit balls.
wow, that just happened.
They get all twisted
Trunk.
up there.
It is your turn.
I am tempted to just lay here and cry a bit.
Okay.
We strongly recommend that you
Stay
stay down.
Yeah, no, that's
Maybe not the worst advice in the world.
right.
They won't stop hitting me.
Fine. Fuck it. Take.
I'm just gonna grab that and be like, all right, now I'll stop hitting you.
Trunk is just laying face down on the in an alley
Covered in
with
curds.
gross cabbage and vomit haloing his head. And he's waving a coin purse like a white flag.
Just take
Just stop! God, stop!
super defeated.
Fuck!
So
Yep, literally gonna stand up, take that, and be like, all right, I'll stop hitting you now.
Okay.
I look at the monk and I say, do you actually know how much he may have cheated us? Because I don't feel like it would be right of us to take what is not rightfully ours.
You're lawful evil, by the way.
I know.
lawful.
I know.
But
But the
That's
father's
his own
had...
code. He doesn't.
I don't know how much he cheated us. You know where that guy is that could tell us?
Lawful evil's kind of hard to pin down sometimes.
It could go either way.
They're like politicians.
No, we are far superior in every way.
for reals.
How about I just give you this half and I'll just take this half?
And you leave
Well, I mean...
the man with nothing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel...
I'm neutral about it, so I don't really care.
I would complain, but I'm not there.
I don't really feel comfortable with that.
All right, fine. Here. You take this third, I take this third, he keeps this third.
We left the pseudo paladin back.
Why don't we just ask him in hopes that he will be honest? Otherwise, we will throw him another beating. There's got to be more rotten cabbage around here somewhere.
I could always
You're
punch him in the
perfectly
face
capable
again,
of
too.
lying.
Is that zone of truth still active?
It's just around me.
It was
I'm
on
not-
him.
But is around you, is it still active?
It's 10 minutes, so probably not.
Oh, it would still be.
Well,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just-
so
Yeah, we've been in initiative this whole time.
already at this point, somebody has admitted to their wife that they're having an affair. I mean, like,
Yes.
I sometimes just wreak havoc with it as my own little.
As a way to
Okay.
get
That
people
would
to the
be
church.
fantastic to have as an ability.
Okay.
So I ask you, as you're all pathetic and defeated laying there, we have no wish to steal your personal money. However, if you would tell us...
It seems like a robbery to me.
Well,
I know from
You could just
robbing.
take it all.
all right.
I mean,
I just arbitrarily kick him right in the shin. Not to cause damage, but to inflict the reminder that he kind of started all this.
Guys, help!
All right.
Incidentally,
I'm a leg.
you
Oh,
will,
I am a guy.
those of you who
I am
are
helping.
currently in this alley,
Yeah.
you will notice that both means of your escape, the way you came and the way you would have been heading, are blocked.
By a legion
There
of
are
cabbage sales.
6 guards at each point.
Hey, can one of you come over here and make him tell the truth?
Yeah, that's a valid point. How about you fuckers come do your jobs?
So, at that, all 12 of them close in on you and say, you have business with His Highness the King. And you are taken, the 3 of you, into custody.
Aha.
Taken to the throne room.
You can't just, escort me? You gotta take me into custody?
This
for that?
escalated. Like, seriously, shouldn't this be
Seriously,
in small claims? Like,
Belhad,
it is.
a guard, just one, single guard, comes and finds you and sort of respectfully requests that you accompany him to the
Treat the old
King's
guy
Throne
nice.
Hall.
Oh, it's an honor. I'm delighted, my lad. Which way are we?
He takes you by the arm.
Very good.
This way, Father, this way. So,
Trunk puts up a little struggle with the guards. Not
he cuffs you upside the
Not-
back of the head.
not actively
He's tired of
trying
your
to-
shit.
But you know,
And
I
he's
do
also
have,
disgusted at the smell that you are producing.
I do have stupid vomit on my face.
Have you tried the soup here? It's
Guys,
quite
these men
good.
just
Yes,
chased
Father.
me and
This
robbed
way,
me in
please.
this alley. They just chased me and robbed me. I demand justice.
Except they
Actually,
were-
you
they
robbed
were-
us.
They
Bro,
were,
we
they
got
were
you to
privy
admit
the
that shit.
conversation
Lies!
you had.
Of course they would say that.
We got an old guy that'll prove it again if you really want him to.
Oi! All of you, shut up! I don't care about your particular petty grievances.
I lean my gross head towards him as he
Look,
speaks.
it's your job.
My job is to take you to His Highness. That's my job. Don't you be trying to tell me my job. Okay,
British fuckers.
so you are all...
And he weren't particular on the condition. Look.
Big Bill the Finder. Or was it Big Bob?
Big Bob.
Big Bob the Finder.
Can tell you haven't been found by Big Bob. Fine. Most people have been found by Big Bob coming a bit wobbly.
Couldn't help it.
Son of a little.
Okay.
On my way to the
Something or
the
another.
king, I'm going to point out various bricks and give him interesting stories.
About bricks.
Yeah.
Alright.
A young acolyte of mine was once sick on that brick.
Can there be bricks there so I can just break them?
Here, Josh, this is your souvenir.
Oh,
This one's in the street.
for the listenership, What you don't know, because you can't see.
There's no
'cause you're
video,
not
yeah.
here. The eyes. No, I had received from the bar wench when she gave me my drink, a small note was attached, written in the Dwarven language. It says, "The one in the eye patch is cheating you from a friend." This is what alerted me to the shifty eye and the eye patch, which, as you'll remember, the DM pointed out, the only player's character who had an eye patch was, of course, Dave's trunk slam chest.
Incidentally, your avatar is wearing an eye patch.
I know.
I figured that may or may not be
I'm
actually a thing.
cheating myself.
Right?
I'm stealing from myself.
That's very true. I don't take advantage of most of the opportunities given me. This is poignant, and it hurts me right to the core.
Right.
You've cut me to the quick, sir.
I just start crying. No, unfortunately,
You rage weep.
the eye patch was not
It's
intentional.
just ugly crying.
However, I would like to see that
Snot
it
coming
comes
out
to
of his nose.
fruition, that it would be due to an injury of some sort.
Seems fair.
So it's not intentional
Now,
starting out.
the reason that Trunk is wearing one is because it improves his night vision.
Really just
Which
moves
I
the eye
don't
patch.
need because I have dark
Which-
vision.
Yeah,
Because
which
he's
is
a
hilarious.
It just looks cool.
He's also
Yeah.
superstitious. It's a
Yes.
little weird. Yeah.
That.
We may get a scanned-in thing of that note into the final product.
Well, then just keep
Cool.
that then.
Okay.
So people can seize it.
Well, you'll
Put
get it
up
at
or-
some point.
Yeah. It will eventually be yours to
All
have.
of these things
So-
are trophies.
That is your inspiration.
You've
die.
been inspired.
You were inspired.
We're apparently
for
all
chucking,
inspired.
for chucking a cabbage. That's right. Everybody has one right now.
Successfully chucking cabbage.
Okay.
I'm a cabbage.
So-
cutter.
Yeah, I got one for pushing him. I mean,
That was
Yep, because it was
spectacular.
Pushing a guy.
hilarious. So,
I got one for being sad.
Well, if anyone deserves it for being sad,
Jesus.
your character's really had a hard go so far.
he has. That's why this is actually his second inspiration
Yeah.
type that he had.
You've made
He
you've
spent
made
the
this
first
so
one,
much more
And
enjoyable.
then got another one when he's laying in
He's-
cabbage in his own vomit going, here, just take it!
He's at a low ebb. Now we hit him with the Moradin story.
All right. So, you three are sort of frog marched into the
Really?
wait, I'm
Throne
hopping
hall.
now.
You're like half bent over in the worst possible VC prison camp way? Jesus.
they're being
Okay, I think you mistermed.
that's very possible. That's not what I thought it meant.
These are this is pretty much welcome to Auschwitz.
Sweet and sour mix?
I could use a shower right now.
So,
Leak in there.
Good, but they're gonna give you the gas.
It's like Meowschwitz.
Seriously, get him a tire or something.
So, you are taken sort of forcibly into the throne hall of Gror Grimhald, who is the king of Dharn Moldir. You three, well, two of the three of you were not born here. Trunk will know that, his lineage goes back quite some ways. He's actually almost as old as Belhad.
But I know the king. Well, my character does.
You do know the king.
But no, it's on a professional capacity only.
Yes, it is. So, you are taken in, and the king does not look particularly pleased.
And with me specifically, of course.
No, he's looking very, uniformly at the three of you.
Oh, well, really.
He does not say anything
I'm late.
until moments later. I'm holding.
For a 16, what do I perceive when we are in the presence of the king in the room around us?
The room around you has sheer stone walls, 20 feet tall.
Which only you can climb.
What?
Rogues can climb sheer surfaces and no one can.
When did that happen?
That's in the book.
That's new.
It's fancy pants.
Okay.
You're fancy pants in ways you don't even know yet.
The throne that he is on is carven from the very rock itself. It's actually part of the floor. So when this
Did your character make it?
when this cavern no, it's
No, it's
been
older than
there
that.
for
Oh,
generations.
But I can certainly appreciate the artistry once I get there.
Right.
For generations, there's a good bite
So
for
12
going
hours
to it.
later.
Yeah.
So I can sit down and meditate while we're waiting on him?
Fair. No, it's not going to take him that long.
God damn it.
So
I've just been delaying the guard with
The,
random inanities the whole time.
the
Trying to delay
aisleway
it for half an
leading
hour.
from the very large grand doors to the throne is about 5 feet wide, about 5 feet wide. And then there is a depression on either side that is 10 feet down. So you have a raised pathway. The floor on either side of the pathway drops away at 10 feet.
Can I tell for any particular reason that it was designed that way?
Just seems to be aesthetically pleasing.
Hey, the floors look great.
Also, probably you would recognize from a defense standpoint, it is a bottlenecking type of situation. Behind the throne, you can't really tell here, but you have been in this room before. Behind the throne, it's all, also dipped down into the floor, but it actually gets deeper as it goes back behind the throne to discourage anybody from trying to sneak up behind the king.
Have I been ever in His Majesty's presence?
Absolutely.
I have been.
Anybody who was not born in Dharn Moldir has an audience with the king to be granted citizenship. Especially if you're intending to stay, but...
So a long time ago, and a younger king.
Yes!
I was here once!
But it is the same king.
Yes.
No,
No, that's fine. I can go forward with that.
So, the door behind you opens again. The king looks rather impatient. And in walks a guard with a hobbling Belhad iron pick.
I do the... I'm very gracious. I do.
A curtsy.
The guard who is escorting you in is rather bemused by your
All of my tales.
prattlings the entire walk here. And
What's going on, old man?
he leads you up to stand, abreast with these folks in the sort of...
What is the proper term of address?
It would be Your Highness.
Your Highness.
So Your Majesty would be unacceptable?
You could call him Your Majesty, but it's
Just makes you look ignorant,
traditionally,
that's all.
it's...
Well, I'm an outsider.
Yeah, just an ignorant barbarian. That's what it makes you look like.
Lucky you didn't call me Scarface. That's the result.
Directly in front of the throne,
Your Highness, I have responded
there is
to your summons.
a wider...
You're looking well, might I say.
You want to let me finish describing the scene, dude?
No.
Nope, we were done with that.
Directly in front of the throne, there is a wider platform that is of the same height as the pathway that is wide enough for the four of you to stand abreast. The guard leads Belhad up and puts him on, this line, and then bows deeply to the king and leaves, followed by the 12 guards that were escorting you guys. They don't all depart. 6 of them remain in the hall with bows drawn and at the ready. The king does not speak immediately. He just looks at each of you in turn very gravely. Is that in character?
Yep.
I knew it. He's doing it.
Somebody punch him.
I can't.
You must show the proper respect. That's the problem with this generation. No
I think
respect.
you should hit him for the guards so they don't have to do it.
The guards, if any of you bother to look over your shoulder, are looking super nervous right now.
For a 4, I barely notice I'm breathing.
Your Highness, I apologize to even
Some
be
kid
in
I
the
think
same
noticed.
room as this.
Yeah, you notice.
And I yawned anyways.
That some of them are kind of drawing their bows and
Can I shoot him for a yawn?
they-
Can I shoot him for a yawn?
Please, somebody shoot him for a yawn.
Are we doing this? Is it okay?
This is the thing we all
They're
doing?
all looking to the king for hints as to how to proceed. The king takes a deep, exasperated sigh.
What do I have to roll to elbow the shit out of Trunk? Just so I throttle him just so he knows to shut the hell up.
It would be just a regular
I live
unarmed
here. I know
attack
what I'm
roll.
supposed to do.
And yet you choose
Yeah,
not to.
Yup.
And you're making the whole group look bad because you're a dick.
Yup.
I, for an 11, throttle him with my elbows.
You miss. His AC is higher than 11. So
But he's standing right next... Oh, wait.
Quit fidgeting.
I already told you that you failed, though.
Yeah, I should have spent it already.
Anyway,
I don't like how this is going.
so you
You don't like it.
get your point across anyway,
Right.
but you manage not to take any damage for it. The king
You sneer
looks
me.
at each of you and says, I suppose I do not have to tell you I am very annoyed. Ruckus in the streets? Cabbages being hurled willy-nilly? This is not the sort of behaviour that we like to have in Dharn Moldir.
He stole from us. That's all I'm saying.
I stay completely fucking silent.
Trust me, Master Ferkeln. The exploits of Master Slamchest are not unknown to me. He gives you an eyeball.
Steak eye.
Their story was verified under a zone of truth, I might add.
Well, be that as it may. Thank you, Father. I forgot your last name. Master Brugat.
Now the dwarf standing next to you.
Pick one.
Fuckface.
Shipper.
Damn it, I didn't spin the points so I could gain it back yet.
Am I on the end because I came in last?
Yes.
Yes.
Silence.
To whom?
The rest of
you.
all of you.
But no one said anything except this guy.
There was some fuckface thing. There was,
No, that
that's
was...
gotta have an antler on it if it's not in character.
It was out of character.
It was out of character.
All right,
It
then
was-
I don't
It
silence
was
them yet.
legitimately out of character.
I said
Because
I
I
stayed
said that
completely
I
silent.
forgot his name.
Okay.
Master Brugat, when I allowed ye entrance into my grand city, I thought we had an agreement that you were to hold yourself to a higher standard. And now I hear tell of you running rampaging through the streets, chucking cabbages, throwing punches, drunk and disorderly. Your grandfather Jasgruli would be rolling in his grave. I knew your grandfather.
Out of character. Like, my whole family is dead, literally, at this point. So, I'm a little taken back by the statement. Because I'm unaware of the fact that anyone here would know any of my ancestors whatsoever.
Taking it back to the guardhouse.
So, I am both a little ashamed, only because I did have some, there was an understanding with
Do you actually
the king.
have a cane or do you?
No, it's my hammer.
Hammer, okay.
Kneeling on the hammer, I like it. I do feel a little bit ashamed, only because I do work for the king, and he let me in under the extreme precedent that I would not be a problem, and I have kind of done exactly that, become a problem. Granted, I feel that it was for a reasonable excuse. However, it's still a problem regardless. So I explain to the king that he is of course right, and I apologize, and leave it at that.
Well, you have your honor. I'll give you that. As it is, an uproar, while greatly annoying, it's not the end of the world. But I do mean to make an example of the lot of you.
Your Highness, I am entirely unsure. Lumping me in with these...
To be fair to you, Master Ironpick, you're absolutely right. But you were seen in the company of what are now being referred to as undesirables.
You know, you think?
As it is,
Biting my tongue so hard.
it's probably bleeding. As it is, I have an opportunity for you all to regain your good names and become heroes of the city.
Where this is going?
Quiet.
We've come upon a problem. Our water supply has been threatened.
I tilt my head ever so slightly in a way that leads you to believe that I'm actively listening and waiting for someone to finish that statement. But I don't say a damn thing.
Okay, all of you who have been in the city for any length of time, which is pretty much all of you. I don't
I'm
know how
concerned.
long Grognek
About a
has
year
been.
so is what it was.
Okay,
Long
so
enough.
yeah, you've been in town long enough. The water supply comes from a rather large subterranean lake. This lake is fed by a lake on the surface. Some many years ago, they had put in place a way to, open up a stream that comes down through the rocks and into the cavern, and they can open it up to replenish the lake, close it back off to make sure that the lake up top does not become drained and also flood the cavern.
So like a dam.
Basically.
Oh.
So that is where everybody in Dharn Moldir gets their drinking water. So you all know that. The king pauses to make sure that he has your attention and are giving this revelation the weight that it deserves. Yesterday,
I don't think everyone's paying attention.
he's paying attention. He's concentrating very hard. You can tell because he's snoring.
You're going to get us executed for insolence.
I'm trying.
He's just gonna get himself executed. I'll run away.
It's
You
all
can try.
right. I'll
There
cast.
are several guards blocking your exit.
I
And
know
they all
better.
have arrows knocked.
I'll
just
cast
love it.
gentle repose on your corpses.
Thank you, Father.
Yesterday, they tried to replenish the lake, but no water came through. Now this has
Boogie
happened.
with a stick.
No. You'd need a very long and also bendable stick, and it's not a thing. This has happened before. Last time there was an avalanche, and a rock had covered over the drain in the lake out on the surface. It's not a big deal, but it does need to be attended to. Otherwise, I've got 6,000 dwarves with no drinking water.
So is it safe for us to
Yes.
assume, Your Majesty, that you want us to take this task?
Yes.
Let's go punch a rock.
It is a fairly safe assumption that I'm going to send you on a task, because right now, you're a bit of a disruption.
Well, then
to
can you
the-
uncuff me so I can just go punch a rock?
You aren't actually cuffed.
Sweet! Can I just go punch a rock now?
You turned all Richard Simmons.
He says,
Your little afro.
yes, you are currently a disruption to life and the workings of the city. Lots of people saw your display of violence and vulgarity and cabbage.
And right there, I'm actively listening to the king rabble on. For a nat 20,
She hit dog.
I explicitly remember maybe 12 people, save the guards, being privy to the whole happening, and now immediately write the king off as being one of those people who are overly dramatic.
But while there were only a certain number of people who actually witnessed firsthand, there were the people in the bar who saw you being questioned by the guards and your drunken display. There were at least 12 people in the bar. There were another 12 people out on the sidewalk while you guys were running through the streets.
But you
And-
said it was getting on fairly late. I'm assuming...
It wasn't like nighttime.
It's
The
just
bars
evening.
are still open
It's
and
just
people
evening.
are
Okay.
still milling
Okay.
about.
I
But-
thought it was substantially later than I. apologize.
Also, being a secluded city, subterranean with absolutely no contact with the outside world, the rumor mill is fucking ridiculous.
Well,
Everybody in town has heard about it, and it has gotten worse with every retelling.
as my friends in the legal community would like to point out, that is hearsay.
Irrelevant. I am
All
the
that-
king.
All that
Well,
matters
you don't
in
have to
this
respond
room.
as the king because that was a me thing. I was listening to the king. I didn't say anything. I was mentally remembering. That was between me and the DM.
All that
Yes.
matters.
So, for that nat 20, you remember the 12 people in the bar, the 12 people outside the bar, and then another probably 12
Adding people to his hit list.
Exactly.
That on me, will you?
that they passed on their
kill.
run.
Right.
You passed additional people on your way to cut him off. So, yeah.
I know, but the way the king made it sounds like we were
Yes.
running through Disneyland at prime time. So
Yeah,
The only
slinging
thing that
machetes.
matters in this room is what
Well, by the
you
end of the
hear
story, we might be
His
running through
Highness
Disneyland.
say.
I'm aware of that. I'm just saying.
That is the hearsay in the throne
Well,
room.
anyway, none of that was
Yes.
actually happening. But you will know from what time you've been in the city that the gossip and rumors are just insane.
And that's why.
Because it's about the only thing of interest that really happens in here.
Well, that's what happens when you live in a fucking hole.
I am not entirely sure what I can add to this task in my advanced years, Your Highness, but I shall certainly endeavor to carry out your will in all things.
Master Ironpick, I appreciate your willingness to cooperate. Truth be told,
We need Morden's
do not
will.
interrupt
Yeah,
me,
sorry.
Master Ironpick.
That's tacked on the last thing, so. I'm not being rude.
Truth be told, your role in this excursion is going to be more of a peacekeeper.
Babysitter.
You have a number of volatile companions.
Companions is a bit of a strong
Well,
number.
your companions now. And I need all of you to come back alive. And I need this task to be carried out. You have but 4 days before the water supply runs dry and panic sets in.
A dire circumstance indeed.
What are we rolling?
I blow my nose very loudly.
11 plus 6.
For what?
I want to know how much other things that are actually drinkable in the town to know if that statement is true. Or if he's over-exaggerating again.
Again, this guy with his facts.
Um,
He's like fucking Snopes over here.
with the...
I'm trying to gauge if he's being honest or if he's embellishing.
He...
And to what degree?
So that would be an insight check.
I guess, yes. Maybe a
he
sense
is-
motive.
Do you have anything in your insight?
From...
Yes, it's one of the things that I have 0 points in. But at least it's not negative.
Well, there you go.
Okay. So
for
17. So you know that given the size of the city and its population, if the water source has been cut off completely at its, source, and there is no new water coming in, it would take less than 5 days at the current, the use of the thing. Because, everybody that comes into the city, pretty sure he's actually asleep now. Yep.
Yep.
Stick him with a ski pole.
Seriously.
Give me the ski pole.
Hit him from there.
Completely unacceptable.
So, you will have been sort of given a tour and an understanding of how the logistics of the city work and how you can actually have a subterranean civilization and have it thrive in the way that it is. And...
Yeah.
What? I've been
Granada!
talking to you for 5 minutes.
By the way, you've been punched in the face like 8 times.
That's not true at all.
The king has decided to kill you for your insolence.
That's why you went to sleep from blood loss.
Yep.
I didn't stop
Which you may be sleeping from blood loss. You never know.
So, yeah, every other day, they open the tap and replenish the water supply.
Okay, so now, on that note, obviously, I traveled here. I wasn't from here.
Right.
Is it safe to assume that I have a general lay of the land to know just basic, like, where we are in relationship to where the physical lake is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So then, I have to assume, based on that information, that the population would rather die than walk their happy ass to the surface to get the water.
It's not easy going.
Well, if your life depends on it, that kind of...
It's a lot of
That's
people.
true. It is a lot of people. It's 6,000 people, women, children, old people, older even than Belhad. But it...
Well, they led a good life. Women and children.
So...
Well, that's my intention. Never stepping foot back in this place unless I have to.
So, yeah. You are to go and complete this task. The last time it happened, I should be doing my accent, but I've lost it now. There is a small
1969.
village just to the west of the lake, known as Aldergrove. The last time this happened, as I said, it was an avalanche in a rock covered up a drain. We had gone and talked to the young blacksmith. This was some 30-odd years ago.
Do I automatically know the race of the people that live in that town?
They are human.
Of course.
Um,
I dislike humans personally. Because I are one.
well, yeah. So we talked to the young blacksmith, and he was able to come up with a druid who could go into the water and do whatever it is that druids do. Get the rock out of the way. I imagine that it's nothing more severe than that, but try the blacksmith when you get to town.
Does the blacksmith have a name, Your Highness? And I'm trying to be completely respectful and not condescending with that question.
Which is a condescending question by its very nature. Like, do you have a name for the blacksmith?
His name, as I recall it, was Jonas Kincaid.
Alright.
Seriously?
Well, Your Highness...
What?
Stop snoring!
Nobody was addressing me.
No, but
I
you're
was still hearing you.
actively snoring!
Stuffy nose.
Well, Your Highness, if that is all,
Always keep 'em riveted.
we would like to prepare ourselves and
I did yawn at the king.
be on our
I did
way.
actively yawn at the king.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, I'm
The
saying that
road-
respectfully, not like cutting him off. Cause
The road is dangerous, so take your weapons, take your armor. I'll provide you with some compensation for the blacksmith and the druid, should he be able to find her again.
When he says weapons and armor, I'm going to look at him and go,
You mean lefty and righty?
Thunder and lightning?
Morden shall guide us.
my girlfriend or sister?
I have hands and feet. That's about it.
Yikes.
Woo! Oh, Christ. Okay.
Is there a cracker involved?
That was bad.
Christ on a cracker.
Bad. Alright,
We're getting Dungy shut down after this.
yeah, seriously. Well, nobody watches their shit
I
anyway.
know.
Because if they did, they would have
Rob's
shut
the
us.
only fucking person listening.
They
to this
would have
right
shut us down after you kept putting pictures.
Oh, so he's giggling again.
now. Yes.
Yes, because we're still talking about him. Jake might be listening too.
Like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
That's my water. Oh, there it is. Okay, so
Is he going to
It
give
is-
us compensation?
yes, he is going to give you compensation to be distributed to those who actually do the task. Belhad, you are in
Trust you.
possession of the compensation.
Okay.
Damn it, we're not trusted.
Well, that's
I
obvious.
will look after that, yes. Very
So-
safe.
For a 12, do I know if the weight of the compensation is too much for the old man to handle?
For a 12? It's not. No, it's
The
not
weight
too
of all
much
of
for
my
you.
stuff is too much for me to handle. I'm still handling it.
Yeah.
I'm stubborn.
No, it's not like he didn't just give him a giant sack full of copper pieces.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like,
He's a copper. What a dick.
No.
1, 2.
He
You know what? Can I just write a check?
the treasury
Yeah, that's
master
on a stone slab this big.
gives Belhad a small bag of gems, chiefly rubies and sapphires, and says, last time the blacksmith, in return for his part played, asked for gems, which he could then put into the hilts of swords and such things as that, as his compensation.
Very reasonable. Always respect a fellow artisan. Do you remember at all what his former price was? I would hate to overpay, if you understand.
You wait for him to name a price, and His Highness will like his change back, please.
Yes, is there, I mean, obviously, all of this would be, if he wanted all of it, that would be... where would His Highness like me to negotiate to?
Well,
Nothing if possible.
to be fair, he's only the
Intermediary.
intermediary. So
The bulk of this should go to
the druid.
druid. Yeah.
But the druid, she's an elf, which is why we need an intermediary.
Elves.
see, I like elves.
I blow my nose very loudly again.
Are you all right, Father?
Yeah, it's just sometimes this sort, you know.
She has very much her own opinions on how she would like to be paid, but should she elect regular monetary compensation, here are 5 platinum pieces. So,
Thank her on her back.
What was you going to say? Like,
You know, I was just thinking the same thing.
Dibs. Dibs.
Fuck you.
No, we got to let him go first, because he might die during.
Okay.
that's very generous of you, who's never known the touch of a woman, to say, "I'll let the old guy have a crack at it first."
Elves.
Just so you know, I'm not getting yelled at
Oh,
and go
boy.
first. That's totally happening.
I
Okay,
prefer
can do
my
second.
women sturdy and bearded.
So
Damn
like
it.
I said, dibs.
You haven't spent it yet, because you'd have just earned it for the bearded woman comment. You just turned this shit into a sideshow. Fantastic.
So,
That's more than intended.
For the women to be bearded.
It's sturdy.
So-
I think it was an oversight.
It's sturdy.
so it gives you
Fine.
5 platinum pieces, which are ostensibly for the druid, but she may request a different form of payment.
Some vitamin D.
I volunteer to sleep with her.
Almost entirely unreasonable people, the elves.
Well, that one in particular. And he has given you a bag of precious gems. What were you rolling just now?
A knowledge check on whether or not I know what druids are and what they do, or like any like
You have a very vague understanding that they
because
they don't
out of
approve-
character. I don't even know what the hell that means.
they don't they don't use any metal armor. They're very outdoorsy. And as dwarves,
Do a lot
somebody
of that hand
who
wavy stuff.
shuns metal is really like, what's wrong with you? Sort of thing.
Right, the heart, the metal, the stone. That's what
Yeah. See, they have no problem with stone. They just don't do metal.
we're born into it.
The only thing you need to know is she's probably going to be jumping limb to limb like some sort of feral beast.
Sweet. Double volunteer to sleep with her.
So yeah, he's given you
Bend
a
over
bag
backwards.
of gems. Within the bag,
Seems like
there
a
are 4 rubies, 4 sapphires, and 2 emeralds.
and a partridge / bitch in an elf tree.
2 emeralds.
2 emeralds. Last time, he requested one of each as his...
30 years ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, if he gets real uppity, like, maybe 4 gems, like, individual gems, but, you know, it's just in case he wants all of one sort or something
There's
like
no reason for us to overpay for this task.
Yes, exactly. So, it is now getting well into the evening. The guards who escorted you in are now showing you out, you by way of the Treasury office.
Us by the way of the
GTFO. He says, rest yourselves and start first thing in the morning.
You need to meditate before you sleep.
Yo, Dharn, I gotta go meditate for half an hour.
I'm going to go
Okay.
back to the clericry. If these people are in my charge, I'm going to request that the guards escort them back to the clericry with me.
Do any of you take issue with that?
No, I tell him I believe that myself and the monk would not need that, and we'll go along perfectly acceptably.
Trunk?
Now, the rogue, on the other hand, can go either way.
We have lovely beds at the clericry. You'll be perfectly comfortable, but I
I'm
will keep
familiar
an
with
eye
them.
on you.
I am familiar with those beds.
I know. Charity case.
That was a very dismissive.
Okay,
Love it.
Look, foreigner.
so y'all are going back to the
I've been
cleric.
here longer than you've been alive.
I don't think that's
Probably not true,
true.
but I'll say it anyway. He doesn't
Alright.
know how long I've been here.
So
Yeah,
we're
sure,
all
whatever.
going back to the clericry.
I'm going somewhere.
Yes.
Nobody wants to do anything else. Okay.
We've
Well,
got
I mean-
beds there, and they'll,
Oh, I'm totally gonna walk around and make disco balls all over the place just to distract
they will
people.
house, as part of me being a cleric, they will house me and my party.
Okay.
Gratis.
I'm assuming, given the nature of the late hour, that any establishments, as far as in the way of dealers in arms and armor, would of course be closed at this time.
Yes, but they do open fairly early.
Okay. In the morning, I tell the father that my interest would be to make a pit stop before we leave the city, with the arms or armor dealer nearest the gate as we leave, just to check on something before we leave.
Okay.
And then I ask for to be shown to the way to the bed wherever I'm sleeping, and then I just go to bed. It's Dave needs to wake the fuck up time.
What?
8:48.
8:53, you mean?
It was 8:48 when I turned it around. It turned to
It updated.
8:53.
This is the fastest
It's
5
an
minutes ever.
entirely different number. All right.
All right. So
Not at all what you said.
you all sleep, you meditate, you prepare your spells.
Yeah, I gotta meditate for half an hour
Yeah.
before I go to sleep.
That's fine.
Back on the road.
So
well,
you have
this will be,
meditated.
Curious.
All right. So
No, we're not going to do gentle repose. Your corpses are going to rot if you die. I don't care. This is for the temple,
Good.
not for the road.
So what were you looking into?
Oh, honestly, it was just an opportunity to sniff about to see what wares were available.
Oh.
And then hopefully once we start a dialogue with the human blacksmith to try to also sniff about and see what wares he has available that might be of interest to myself or any of the members of the group.
Well, you have been in this, the blacksmith shop here in Dharn, Moldir. They have your basic dwarven weapons, pickaxes. Some of their pickaxes are, actually most of their pickaxes, are used for mining tools rather than weapons. truth be told, he doesn't have much in the way of weapons, because other than the guards, there's not much call for them around here.
Which is where the human blacksmith comes into play.
So, bless you. Like, if anybody wanted weapons, like if they were going to go out adventuring, it's a lot easier to get out of the city than it is to get in. So if anybody wanted to leave and wanted to put in like a special order for a specific weapon, of course he would, do that for them. But without having put in an order, he's got, a couple of hand axes. He's got maybe one sort of busted-ass looking war axe that is a hand-me-down from 4 generations ago.
Ah. So not exactly cream of the crop.
And then he's got like some really nice mining tools.
Oh, well.
Of course that.
I walk in, look about, and tell the shopkeep or blacksmith to have a nice day, and I leave.
Is
nothing of interest for me.
Is there a
No.
a potions purveyor?
No.
I probably don't have the money for it anyway. Never mind.
There
You mean
would
like a guy
be,
that could brew some?
But
An alchemist. Is there an alchemist around?
there would be, primarily selling, potions of cure light wounds in the...
you realize that's the tool set that I have with me.
The last thing.
You have a brewer's kit,
Yeah.
not an alchemy kit.
Yeah, no, you're doing. The last thing I need is a potion of cure light.
Yeah.
No, what I want is a potion of water breathing, but I can't afford it.
There's a purple-robed elf with a shop in town.
Who is there now?
In Aldergrove?
Yeah, he's the only one.
Interesting.
He's reclusive. He's got some strange proclivities.
Strange habits. All elves do.
All right. So,
Something
the
about
sun
harpies.
has risen, and you all are exiting
Tiny penises.
the...
What? Elves. They
Elves
have
have
tiny penises.
tiny penises.
It's a leprosy.
Especially the women.
What?
Don't
Yeah.
ask. It's a thing
Oh, dear God.
that's
why?
been going on for a long
Yeah,
time.
no, I'm just buying a candle and a lantern.
Okay. You have a candle and a lantern. Just one candle?
Yeah, just the one to play with.
Maybe some trail rations? Just,
I've got,
I already
Just a
have that in
suggestion.
here
I've got
somewhere.
trail rations. I have 10 days worth.
Well, yeah, but you gotta remember, though, he has nothing in his inventory.
yeah, he
Oh yeah, there's the kit that comes with the stuff. It's probably got a lot of stuff in it that you.
I think you automatically, as the hill dwarf, you automatically...
I
get exposed
have.
to, I believe.
That's
I have an auxiliary holy symbol. Right?
You have a what?
Hey, everyone cares about that,
a
right?
second holy symbol. Just in case.
Yeah, it's carved on my hammer, but I also have one around my neck in case somebody takes my hammer
Why do you need it?
to
Because
cast
he's
my
a
spells.
cleric.
Yeah.
And-
Cast my spells through it.
Yeah,
Oh.
he needs a holy symbol.
I have
By the way,
tinderbox,
whatever
10
it
torches.
says as a monk, your starting gold is,
10 rations.
I will let you roll the equivalent, and
I'm good. I'm
if
G to
what
G.
you roll is higher than the average, you take what you rolled. If it is lower than the average, then you take the average. I think that was how I did it for you guys, right?
Mine was increased slightly above the roll, though.
Because you had
The
a job. He doesn't have a job.
So I get
He's a noble who's resting on his laurels.
I get up really early in the morning, probably for all of your experiences as a cleric. I'm up real early, and I'm bothering you real early.
Which I am completely used to. Not from you specifically, but in general.
The second you open the door, I'm gust-winding you back out. just a minor little blow of wind out of knock you
What's
over.
the what's the disadvantage to casting a spell and you're
Against
not
the
even
cleric.
awake?
Hello.
Doors
Doesn't
locked.
even say where my damn...
None of the guest doors in the clericery lock.
Mine is locked.
Yet somehow he uses the hammer to destroy the door. And all he does is touch the door with the hammer.
Open. No, I don't have that. But
Look into that, because that seems...
I do have Sacred Flame.
That might take care of the door.
Busy.
Glows.
Are you fapping in there? Let's go. Jesus
Come back
Christ.
later.
Doing that thing again.
We are leaving now, and you are coming with us.
Well, you are leaving now.
Made.
Were or are?
What?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Okay.
As far as I see it, you have a penance to do, lad.
Yeah, this is crappy. Yeah, that's one. This is gonna be horrible.
114.
Okay, so I'm at 6.
Deuce.
8.
Floor.
I don't even see it anymore.
It's next to your foot.
Yeah, right there.
It is next to my foot. That one's a 1. Skip
So that's
one.
9.
4.
Oh.
And that's it.
So 13.
Yeah, hey, look at that, 13.
What's the average?
So you have 13 gold or 130 gold?
No, 13.
13. Okay. You have 13 gold.
Nice.
Your
A noble
your
who
10
has 13 gold.
well,
But you also get a
to
starting
be
kit.
fair,
I put that in the document, by the way. The stuff he starts with as a noble.
It
Like
But it
if,
was
if you
probably-
select the right one that you couldn't do, if you had, he would have the stuff he's supposed to have. He wouldn't have his racial starting kit, but well, no, he would have that. Never mind.
well anyway, so
With me with the not knowing over here.
You not knowing things and things.
I know.
so while you're figuring out what it is that you have with you, we're going to continue on here.
I'm going to, if he doesn't open the door and come out, which there's no way he can lock it. Like, make him roll to set up something to lock a door that doesn't lock.
It's not locked.
No.
I am standing there naked, superhero posed, silhouetted by the light of the dawn.
All right. So what I do,
Such
You're gonna burn through a spell first thing in the morning before you even leave.
yes,
Just to wipe the memory from his eyes.
okay, I create a 30-foot cube of water above him.
Nice.
Is there that much room in here?
It's not that big of a room.
Okay,
It really isn't.
damn it.
The room is
So you drowned
probably
in
like
water.
8 feet.
I was going
Why?
to cast it through the keyhole if he'd actually managed to lock the door. Or not the keyhole in this case, but like a crack in the door.
Yeah.
Nice.
The room
Just
is
fill the room with
probably
water.
like 6 feet by 8 feet. It's really small.
Jesus, it's a prison cell.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
they're not
it's-
expecting
yeah.
you to stay in there and sleep all day.
I could.
No, but still, though, that's still a tiny flipping room.
Yeah,
though.
it is. It's very small. It basically has a bed and a desk. And that's it.
I think you're pushing it with the desk part of it.
Oh, it falls as rain within a 30-foot cube. I create 10 gallons of water.
You can do that.
I basically,
Make it rain.
if he, and I say, come on,
Are you coming on?
put something on, we have to go.
Well, now my clothes are all wet.
I didn't do that
He
yet.
didn't do it yet. He said, if you don't, come on. So are you coming on?
Give me a few minutes. Close your eyes. Be patient.
You have 2.
I've worked in worse settings.
You're getting dressed. It's not like you're trying to fap. Jesus, let's make this happen.
Am I not? Am I not?
I was going to say, he's definitely trying to fap.
Are you not?
Like, did you miss
Oh,
that?
it's suddenly jerk-off instructions. Let me count you down. Jesus.
Let me create for you the rhythm in which I want you to complete this ask.
Yes, mistress.
Here's the cadence I want you to rub to. Terrible. Mama and Papa were laying in bed.
Well, now I lost my wood.
Sweet Jesus, what are you doing?
Getting dressed.
Well, get dressed.
Getting there.
The whole fat.
How long does he take? How long do you take?
Well, you only gave him 2 minutes, so.
Well, the whiskey's worn off, so it's not going to take that long.
He takes exactly 2 minutes.
There you go.
What a smartass this guy. That's the worst. That's the worst thing that could have happened.
He opens the door right at the
Literally.
last second, and he's standing there ready to go. And you're like, fuck.
Waiting on you.
I'm not entirely sure I like this guy.
All right, so
Welcome to the club.
everybody is ready to depart.
Essentially, I'll be done writing here eventually.
Okay.
I'm
The
excited.
The guards that
Yes.
were escorting you back to the clericery last night have told you that it is best to not sort of publicize the situation with the water because it doesn't. They don't want to worry people.
I haven't told anybody.
Right.
So
Big government likes to do. Keep a hush on it.
that's exactly right. So
That was being sarcastic.
Aliens stole our water.
there are a couple of ways into and out of. What are we rolling?
Nothing.
What was it?
Clearly nothing.
You have to tell her.
Yeah,
you have to tell
me.
her.
Absolutely must tell me.
You need something you can write on.
I
Cast that spell.
Your shit's full of shit.
Shit's
Get your shit together.
I believe it all is.
Summer?
It's right here.
He's got mashed,
Jesus.
he's got
All of your shit.
mashed potatoes.
Get it
in his
together.
box.
Put it in the bag. Literally, all of your shit.
In a bag. Take it somewhere if you have to. Take it to the shit store and sell it. Just get it together.
What the hell are you quoting?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Let's get riggedy wrecked.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
What I want to hear from the DM right now is just nope.
Nope.
How do you go about that?
Trying to spot a member in the crowd.
And that was your perception? You don't notice anybody as you're being
There
hustled
was
out.
no one in the city.
Just us.
Well, no, he doesn't spot any of the people
Anybody
he's
suitable.
looking for.
Okay.
Back to the grind. All right. So, as I was saying before Josh got a phone call, because he's Mr. Popular, there are several ways into and out of Dharn Moldir. You know that down on the...
I said, may I?
Sort of, I said, may I? And then I took it before you could answer me.
Like
You lost your opportunity to object.
she's like, may I?
You always lock that bathroom door. Knock, knock. He's one of them swinging knockers.
Right?
Already half prepping in the process.
Yeah, so you open the door, somebody's on the toilet, but you're already unzipped.
And my hand's half in the pants, so it's super awkward.
Yeah.
This isn't happening.
And new starting point. Okay. So,
I was just talking about
down
my hands
on
in my
the
pants.
sort of ground level, which is odd because you're technically underground, there are, like, tiers inside of Dharn Moldir. The lowest tier is the, like, market area. All of the shops, all of the clericery temple is down there. The tavern, the Hungry Naga, where you guys were, that's all down there. Down a hallway on that same level is the underground lake, where the water supply comes from. Second tier, yes.
Where is the Underground Railroad?
Underground.
As we're in relation to...
Does he have an inspiration die you can take from him?
He does.
In the underground.
He does, but I won't.
Wait, I got another one already?
No, don't you still have
Oh, he's
I
the
do
one
have
that I
one.
gave you?
Yes. I forgot I got a second one.
I forgot what I gave it to you for.
Something hysterical.
Yeah, it was funny at the time, but fuck if I remember
Somebody's just
now.
yucking it up over there.
So the second level is the, like, residences exclusively. Everybody lives on this level. Below the bottom level are the mines, but there's, like, special pathways to get down in there, and not just anybody is allowed in there for safety reasons. The second level, all residences. The top level is where the way out is.
I know the foreman.
Now,
Of the mines.
I don't think that's true.
off of the bottom
I get
level,
stone from them.
there are
You get stone.
entrances out into the various courtyards where your cattle are grazed and your crops are grown, that sort of thing. But that leads into a
Mushrooms.
valley in the mountains that you would have to then climb the mountain to get out of. Up on the very top level, there is another door that leads out, and then you just have to climb down, and there's a pathway, but it's a pathway that, unless you know what you're looking for as you're coming up to it, you don't necessarily see it. Because...
And I'm assuming coming out of that door out into the rest of the world, essentially.
Yes.
It's somewhat steep because of the geographic location.
It's kind of steep, but it does switchbacks to get you down.
Okay. So we're not, like, gonna see Jeff's character, like, tumble down the fucking side.
No.
Okay.
Well,
When was the last time
accidents happen.
the rest of you were on the surface?
Well, it's been maybe 30 days.
Never?
The guards sent us up here for something or another. Came along.
Never.
Um,
You're in for quite an eye-opening experience. Try not to faint.
And also don't steal
Can you hold on to this
anything,
for me?
unless we give you express permission.
What are you handing him?
The backpack. Just hang on to this for a sec. This 100-pound backpack. Which, by the way, is only 100 pounds because I need a lot of candles. I decided more than one was important.
Like,
I have 100
all
pounds
the
of candles.
Actually, I have 100 candles, therefore I have like 100
It's
pounds.
You got some serious plans for this winch we're running
everyone
into.
laughs until he has to hastily construct a wax simulacrum of somebody to, like, use as a decoy.
Right.
Why would I do that? I can just do that naturally without...
Alright.
I can even make it out
So-
of fire.
Sorry, I was trying to justify your candle obsession.
No.
I thought he was using it for the
Sorry, there's only 99 in there as I'm walking around instantaneously making it catch fire and go out. Just constantly.
Alright, so
You guys are worried about me here?
you come out onto the surface.
Yes.
You are fairly high up a mountain.
You might want to start squinting.
And all of you are fairly dazzled by the sunlight. Some more than others. But after a little while, you kind of get used to it. Meanwhile, you're probably hugging the wall. Because the pathway is only about 6 feet wide. And it is a rather sheer drop off the other side.
Sorry, this open air gets to you.
You want to cast a healing spell on your sinuses there? So, it
I can
takes
try to
you...
reconstruct them for you. Might be detrimental, but...
you were also
Let's leave the
given
healing
a
to
map,
the professional.
because
Wait, I was given a map. Same thing I asked for earlier, and they told me no, they don't have.
you asked for a map of Dharn Moldir.
Yes, I know.
They have given you a rather crudely drawn map on how to get
we can
to
reroll
Aldergrove
with the crayon.
Here
after
there be dragons.
having all over here.
That's what it says. Normal deer, lake, here there be dragons.
Yep,
Everywhere, just
everywhere else.
I would recommend not going there.
Rather crudely drawn map on how to get to Aldergrove once you have gotten down the mountain. So, you're getting down the mountain, switchbacks, circling around the base of the mountain. It takes you the better part of the morning and early afternoon to get down the mountain.
I just sort of hang around this one and try to play on his agoraphobia. Boy, that just goes up and up forever there. No ceiling of rock or anything. Just on and on into empty space.
Are you actually agoraphobic?
No.
He's never been out of the caves.
That doesn't mean he's agoraphobic.
Yeah, but it still would be.
It's still a little
It
weird.
would be
breathtaking
sort of, there's an
change.
eye-opener and no mistake.
I'm assuming we've made it to the end of the mountain, correct? We're now.
I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
you're,
make
you're
him
getting
busy.
down onto the ground, and you know that you have to circle the mountain
That's
to
not lawful.
the
Other side.
southwest
No law against
to
it.
get around
No,
to
that's not
Aldergrove.
lawful good.
So I take this opportunity and I
You
kind
jerk.
of give a
I'm not a jerk.
a general fucking look over of the group, and specifically look to you and say, Father, do you need to rest?
Oh, I should be fine. It's been a while since I've been out, but the sun on my back and that open air reminds me of my youth. I think we'll be all right.
So that's a no. All right. Somewhat respectfully, yet somewhat cagey response from me. And I look at the others and say, everybody else good, or do we need to take a break?
I
look up from constantly lighting and unlighting the candle. What? Huh? What? What's going on?
We're moving.
Okay. Back to the
You're
candle.
going to want to keep this one away from your dry goods.
All right.
I was born with the mountains, molded by it. By the time I reached the surface, it was blinding.
All right. So,
Why do you want to keep me away from the dry goods? Instant campfire. I didn't do that.
you are now
Give a hoot. Don't.
Circling.
No, that's not the right one.
circling the base of the mountain.
Give a lavage. Throw out your garbage.
Go ahead and everybody roll me perception checks.
And that's initiative. Fuck.
I see a dragon.
Do you?
No, I have a 17 plus 4.
21.
Well, fuck me in the
15
arse.
plus 6.
What were we rolling?
21.
21.
21er.
Mine is 20.
Seven.
I see the
17.
rocks with an 11.
I'm 21 too.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm better.
You had 21, you had
21.
21, and you had 17, and you had 11.
Word.
Everyone but Grognek
To go a-hole.
sees
Too much
a
candling.
pillar of
Yep.
smoke rising from where you would expect Aldergrove to be. You can't see it from where you
What's
are,
that?
but
What's that do?
Is that
Do all cities have a marker like that?
typically not that bold? Is that on the map there? Would you say the direction of? Why did I give him the map?
For a 10, I'm literally just keep turning the map around, looking around for
I need a fucking
noticeable.
landmark.
Like, looking back at the mountain,
What,
looking at the trees.
What applies to
Do
this?
we need a sextant for you?
They don't really
Yes.
have like
Maybe I hold it this way.
geography or anything.
No.
I turn it around, check to make sure there's not like pieces stuck together.
An investigation check.
No, you're over here. No, that doesn't look right. No, not.
I
16.
rolled
No.
10 on investigation. I can't figure out shit.
Give me that.
You're gonna have to give it back. It's actually his character sheet.
Obviously.
This way up. Says it in the corner.
Oh, I'm sorry, Father. You'll have to forgive me. This map is a bit crude to what I'm used to. The maps I'm used to actually tell elevation.
He drops the mic and faces out.
Roll a sass check.
Performance sass.
Sassafras for 5.
Woo! You're not that sassy. You tried to pull it off, but it didn't come out.
It just came off as flaming. That's all.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Queenie one. You just call them hell.
The maps I'm used to have elevation on them.
And
Can you
latitudes.
hold this in your hand for a second?
Yeah. Wait, how did I get stuck with this?
Because you weren't holding the map
You
anymore.
can do it over there.
Okay,
Don't follow the lights, they say.
All right. So,
But you
you
want to follow the light.
are you continuing your way down the path around
Yes.
the base of the mountain?
No.
No.
You're not what?
Hang on. I have a suggestion.
I mean, it doesn't bode well.
We're
There
still groupie at the moment. We've not moved out.
might be an emergency.
Right. Which is why I was going to send Mr. Runs Fast to go be Ricky Recon and go figure out what's going on down there. And he can alert us by hopefully some other means than setting the place on fire.
Well, I'm really good at setting the place on
We're
fire.
aware of that. But you
Quite
run,
possible some of it might already be on fire.
so don't set anything else on fire.
What if it's already on fire?
Well, then that's fine.
Well, back in my days of traveling, there was one hard and fast rule. We never split the party. We're a decent way from that town. We should go closer as a unit, and then there's the time for scouting.
What's the distance for a 16 from where we're at to that town, or the smoke, whatever?
Judging from your location on the map and how long it has taken you to get to this point, it is going to take you the better part of an hour to actually reach Elder
okay.
Grove.
I thought we were
Easy
like
thing.
500-600 yards away from it.
Easy thing to misjudge distances in the open. It's not as close as the Dharn Moldir. I understand.
Can we throw him down the mountain yet?
He's rustling the map.
There's no handle on him, so I can't just
I don't know. I'm all wisdom.
install a handle on his back.
I'm all wisdom and no intelligence.
That makes for a dangerous combination.
All right.
So I succeed to his suggestion.
What is your wisdom?
His wisdom is
19.
You have it by 2.
That's from being old.
All right.
Yeah, my intelligence is 9.
I'm smarter than you.
A lot of people are.
So
Continuing on, we want to get to the range
Picking
that
the old
he
man
thought
up
we
and
were
starting
at.
to walk faster.
okay.
Hey, look out there!
We'll get there faster.
Well,
Shut up.
No. Who has the highest strength mod?
Not me.
Probably me.
What's your strength mod?
17. This is +3.
And you run the fastest? Carry the old man. We all run.
But I don't need any help. I'm fine. I'm complaining the whole time. No, it's all right.
You're old. Shut up.
Secretly, he's like,
This is the fastest I've moved in 40 years.
Oh, but before I do this, hold on to this candle.
I'm still stronger than the average person with an 11. That's impressive.
You want to arm wrestle?
All right.
What wrestle?
So
Only if I can use my wisdom modifier.
you get
Gotta curl
to
it.
a point
That's the wisdom.
where the path sort of disintegrates into a meadow, and you know that you are, just getting out toward the main road which leads into Elder Grove. So if you're going to send a scout, now would be the time.
Oh, I guess I gotta drop the old man.
No.
I would recommend not
him.
dropping
Please,
him.
please don't. I'm fragile.
He's fragile. He's Italian.
I'll gently drop him.
No, just
So
set him
you
down.
could just set him down.
That's a free action, for Christ's sake, you lazy fuck.
I'm going to. If you're going up to scout,
What's your...
Are you gonna make me faster?
What's your stealth
No, he's
check?
probably going to cast silence on you.
well,
4.
Well, 4's pretty good.
4 is...
you have your I can have Morden guide your efforts, which will be basically a D4 that you can add to any of your ability checks. Or I can cast.
I'm not gonna be stealthy about this at all.
I can cast silence on you,
You don't have to.
which would aid your stealth.
Because if he's completely silent, it doesn't matter what...
Then it's just a matter of him standing out in the middle of the road,
Right.
waving at people.
Or you mean disco balling it? 'Cause-
Oh, it's
yeah.
middle of daytime. It's not a thing.
Or I can cast enhance ability on you.
Well, whichever you deem fit. But now is the time, Father.
Well, I think probably silence would be good.
The town looks to be still in flames. And I rolled a 3, I can still tell that.
Well,
so time is of the
you're
essence.
seeing a pillar of smoke.
Right. It
It's-
doesn't look good.
It's thicker than you would assume a campfire to be.
Right.
But it's smaller than, hey, the entire town is up in flames.
More than what a forge
Garbage.
should put out.
What did you...
All right, I cast silence on him, and after I do so, none of us can hear anything because he's.
Too
Standing
close.
too close.
I'm just going to.
Just a scamper type.
And I'll just run off.
Okay. So you take off.
You roll your eyes.
You come around the final spur of the mountain.
A 20-foot radius around you is dead silent.
And I'm not even going to make you roll a perception check. In front of you, you've seen the map. You have a vague understanding. Also, when you came into Dharn Moldir, there's a good chance that you came by this route. You know that there's supposed to be a town here. It is the town that Gror Grimhold talked to you about. What you see is rubble and debris. There are burned out buildings that are just collapsed to the ground. The pillar of smoke that you all have witnessed is coming from a large bonfire that appears to be the remnants of a barn.
Classic.
Now I will ask you to roll a perception check.
Ah, damn it.
You gotta remember you got plus whatever he gave you.
Well, no, he cast silence on him.
Oh, instead, that's right. Never mind.
Okay, yay! That'll help me!
What'd you get?
Very low number.
Christ.
12!
12. Okay. For a 12, you will see, sitting near the fire, a humanoid creature. It is far enough away, it has its back to you, and for a 12, you cannot make out exactly what it is, but you can tell that it has 2 arms and is seated on the ground near the fire.
Can you make out any colors?
With the fire being behind it, it just looks dark.
Fair enough.
Damn bonfires.
Turned it into a cube.
I don't think the bonfire will fit in a 1 square cube.
You have to.
If
to
the
have
bonfire
a vocal
will fit in a 1 square cube, I can get rid of the bonfire.
A 5 foot by 5 foot cube? Like
It-
5 feet by
1
5
cubic
feet?
foot.
Oh, one cubic foot? No.
I didn't think it would.
It's a barn.
A very small barn.
And I don't
Well,
think
it
that,
used-
It's a mice barn.
I don't think that counts as a small campfire either.
It used to be a barn. It is no longer a
But
barn.
you can be real. You can be a
Now
real
it's a
dick
barn
to
fire.
people with torches.
Or small campfires.
Yeah.
Alright. So this is what you have seen.
How far away from me is it?
About 60 yards.
Okay, good. I'm going to ask you what the hell it's doing.
You can't.
No one can hear you.
No, yeah. Damn it.
Including you.
I can't even hear
Oh,
myself.
no.
Nope.
As an aside, out of character. So you said it's a 20-foot radius and it spawns from him.
Yeah, it's centered on his.
Can he hear his own heartbeat?
Nope.
Nice.
Nothing.
It is devoid. You're in a vacuum. Well,
Like as he passes birds, they stop making noise as they're in his bubble.
But he's not stricken deaf. Things that are happening outside
No,
his
yeah,
bubble,
that stuff
he
comes
can
in.
still
Just
hear.
nothing- Yeah, exactly.
But nothing within that bubble can
Can
make
emanate-
any noise.
emanate something.
Okay,
Dave, you're
so
snoring.
I'm gonna pull one of those flames over, and I am going to shape it to say, "What are you doing?"
Oh, that's a thing. Holy Christ.
Okay. Well, so much for
what-
Because
that.
I can crudely
Well,
shape things.
I know we're on the same team and all, and I'm just interested to see how you played this. What language did you write it in? 'Cause I think that's a relevant question.
Well,
did you
yeah,
write
but
it in common,
yeah, I was
or-
going to go with the common tongue.
That's fair.
As long as I know the... Yeah, see, I know a common tongue, so I'm good.
I think all of us know common and Dwarven. That's
You
it.
should.
I also know
Okay.
Underdark.
Oh, that's a language?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was like an ancient language.
It's very ugly.
Awesome,
As if
yes.
Dwarven isn't already an ugly-looking language.
Not
It's like
quite
the
as bad.
bastard version
Okay.
of Russian.
So, you take a
What?
portion of the flame and write out
Sleeper, son.
what are you doing in common.
Yeah.
Like, do you just leave it in front of him? Like, it only says that in front of him. Now the fire is speaking to him.
Oh, that's totally what's happening.
What the fuck is going on? Boom.
That's totally what's happening right in front of him. What are you doing?
Turns into
Okay.
hands. It reaches toward.
So,
No, that might be coming. Hang on.
Oh god.
by the way, what is the range on that thing that you just did?
That does not give me a range.
Oh. Alright then.
It actually does not give me a range for most
So
of
we
the stuff.
so we
Line of
figure as
sight.
long as you can see it, it takes place.
Is
That's
that like concentration based?
It's one of the way of the four elements. Elemental attunement.
Oh yeah.
okay.
He spends a lot of time just sitting around.
Playing with fire.
I like to bend fire to my will.
So, the creature that... Okay, first of all, I have to ask. The message that you have created in the fire, is it literally just in front of him?
Yeah. Just
Like, so it's
it's where
here
he can see it, but
in
not
the
like
fire
not engulfed
is-
in the
Like
flames.
not
Like he can see
burning
it.
his face off, but
Okay.
just like
Well within his perceptual range.
okay.
It.
This creature is alarmed
Well, yeah.
and makes some, like, sort of upset noises. What languages do you speak?
It draws its weapon. How about you?
Common and Dwarvish.
Okay. You don't understand any of the gibberish that is being uttered. Roll me a perception check.
Did I ever tell you about the time
Dave,
I
you're snoring.
that Duragon?
20.
20. You see, on the other side of the fire, which you did not see before, another one of these creatures stands up. Now that you can see it head on and it is not silhouetted by a fire, the one on the other side you can very clearly see is an orc.
I fucking hate orcs.
I get angry for no reason.
It clearly doesn't
Some
notice
feet up the
you.
road.
It gets up and comes
can
around
smell
to
it.
the other side of the fire, where the first, you will presume also orc, is at this message that appeared in the fire.
I am your god.
And they, like, kind of look around and roll me a stealth check.
Unless you're not trying to be stealthy.
I wasn't really trying to be too stealthy, but I'll roll it
You
anyways.
are at advantage because you can't make any noise.
I don't think I can roll higher than 17, but yeah, 2's not higher than 17. So 21.
21.
Pretty
okay.
good. Pretty good.
Yet still somehow he rolled a 21 standing in the middle of the fucking
He
road.
just naturally tends to stand slightly behind things. Just a better tactical position.
Not so much cover, but still concealment.
I'm hiding behind a leaf.
He's just holding one leaf in front of him.
And all of a sudden the top of it catches fire.
Couldn't help it.
Like,
You
you
know
really
I can
can't
do
stop
that.
doing that. It's like a nervous tick with this kid.
Okay. They don't notice you. They're too busy sort of flipping out about
Being horrified.
the fire thing going on, and now they both have their backs to you. What do you do? Actually, give that a pause. The rest of you, he's been gone for a little while.
We never stopped moving.
Oh, you're still carrying on.
We're carrying on, but at his ability for walking pace.
Okay, and your walking pace is 25.
Yeah.
And everybody else's walking pace is probably also 25.
No, mine's 20.
Yours is 20. Why is yours 20?
I'm encumbered because of my disadvantage on stealth because of my armor.
You are a dwarf, so you don't take...
So that's the problem. I had that same thing in reduced mine, but dwarves don't take penalties for armor.
Yeah, you do not take penalties for wearing heavy armor.
Oh, because that's the conditional skill modifier listed here.
Yeah.
It's weird. I still have the disadvantage on stealth because you're clinky, but...
And I'm only wearing, I think it's scale mail, for God's sakes.
I
Yeah,
guess
I
I
think-
should have.
Well,
I
I
think
don't
that's medium
want to
armor,
get too
but
close.
it
I'm
might be
going to
heavy
stop
armor,
you from just, like, running right up his backside.
Well, I wasn't...
Because that's not what scouting is about.
Yeah, my intention wasn't to do that anyhow. You gotta remember, I'm coming from that mentality. Like, I have no intention on even taking the path he took. I figured we would be taking an adjacent path, or a path that leads us to the general vicinity of where the town is, not so much where he went. So say, for instance, he went, like, was his path, maybe our path was more like this.
Well, the path that he took was the most
Direct path.
path that was not over the spur of the mountain.
Then we will wagon wheel around.
The entire mountain?
Okay.
Not the entire mountain.
Once
It's like a 300-yard shift.
Well, once you get to a certain point, you will see him standing there. You won't be able to tell what he's doing, but you will be able to look in the direction that he is clearly focused on, and you can roll me perception checks.
Using this. Good thing I did, too. 9 plus 6.
9 plus 6 is a 15.
And...
You want to perceive? Dave, you want to perceive?
No.
No, because I'm asleep.
I'm
Well,
worried
that was
about you driving
garbage.
home, dude.
What's that?
1, 2, 3.
Alright.
I
We're in the
sleep.
village now, right?
11.
At least the outskirts.
What?
Are we still at the outskirts of the village, or are we actually in proper?
You're outskirting the village. Well,
Okay.
when did you fall asleep?
I didn't.
Well, you
Then
would
how
know
did
where
you
we
not know
were.
where we are?
Just making sure.
Okay. No, he's...
You're the only person who lies about sleeping.
Yeah, he's...
You're not at work.
He's the
You're not-
closest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But you, for your
This is
perception...
bullshit. This-
Josh, what did you perceive?
I wasn't snoring. I was clearing my
15.
sinuses.
15.
I'll
Okay.
clear your sinuses.
Do it.
The only one who sees the orcs is Trunk.
Of course, because he's asleep.
Made
It's
perfect
mind's
sense.
eye.
Perfect sense. Do
Well,
you
you send
relay
the rogue up.
information?
If their backs are...
Okay, he
you just
tells you...
Get in there.
Go.
Get stuck in.
Go get it.
Get what?
The orcs.
Why am I getting them?
Because you're a fucking rogue.
You get them.
Stay with the monk.
Oi, rogues!
Stay with the monk. He's silenced.
Don't do that.
You can move
you're
up
the rogue.
together in silence.
Yeah.
Orcs.
Yeah, they're gonna notice here really quick.
Okay, so don't go with...
Just a couple minutes,
Yeah,
they're
I'm
gonna
not-
notice me, just so you know.
yeah.
I'm not. I'm
He's,
sneaking
he's
away.
going to be all gaudy-like here in a moment. Confound the
16
dumbs.
stealth.
Kill yourself.
Or die. Wait, what?
My options are...
you are stealth.
I am
You
stealth.
won't like the way I do it.
Incarnate.
No, they really won't.
Okay, so where are you stealthing to?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I was
You
just
know what Moradin
I know
says
you
about
were.
orcs.
Thank you for being honest, though.
Hey, good for you. It's the first step's admitting, man. Yeah, way
Okay,
to go.
so,
What?
he's...
He admitted that he was asleep.
There's the remnants of the village,
You cheap
Bonfire.
bastard.
Monk, everybody else.
Or buddy.
I'm sorry, I was listening to them.
Remnants of the village, Bonfire, Monk, everybody else.
And where are we heading for?
You were heading for the village, but he went to scout ahead, and there was a bonfire that used to be a barn, and the village is completely destroyed. And the only inhabitants that you see are 2 orcs.
Who are backed to you.
Yes, they have their backs to you.
And very
Tuck in.
And very confused
Yes.
about the words. in
They're
front of
also like...
Make a noise.
What languages do you speak?
Common and Dwarven.
Okay, so you don't understand them either.
And they are completely unaware of him whatsoever.
Yes. They're actually unaware of
Both of us.
all of
Everybody.
you.
They are animated,
Yeah.
but they're animated in a different direction.
What?
They're
Right about
really
now,
concerned
He's
about-
writing in fire.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. You can see a message that says, "What are you doing in fire?"
And it's just hovering.
Huh.
Right about
Yep.
this time,
Yep, that's
they
a thing,
start
by the way.
like handfulling dirt onto the fire because they're so concerned
No,
about
bad fire. Bad fire talk. No talk fire.
Well, if he keeps distracting them with fire, I'll keep getting closer.
it. Okay.
Get stuck in.
The funny part is, all they do is put out the fire that's on the actual barn. The part that's here is just fucking going.
Yep, it just stays there.
It gets
You
warmer all of
need
a
to
sudden.
roll- Oh. Okay.
Did you just face plant?
He just rolled a 1.
You tripped over a
Dave,
mushroom.
you ruined my dice that I bought you.
We bought him. No, don't give it up.
I'm sorry.
You have
Sorry,
like a
guys.
million
Look at the first time.
20s. What
Excuse me,
is
this
this?
was mine. All right.
I have that many sets of dice.
So while you are
I actually have at
stealthing
least
and
one more.
creeping along, where are your little tiny metal ones? While you are stealthing and what are you wearing, by the way?
Studded leather.
Studded leather. Okay. What are you carrying?
studded leather hand crossbow.
Studded leather crossbow.
Yep. Everything is studded leather.
He's got a studded leather
Everything. It's
short
like that-
sword.
It's like that SNL skit where it's just loud
Well, hey,
squeaking.
he might have a studded leather short sword by now. I did kind of heat his blade up. It might be kind of stuck in there.
Oh
He
dear.
just hits people with a scabbard.
So, while you are
Dressed like a gimp.
sneaking along,
I was
you-
actually driving a lot of pleasure from that beating in the town.
you trip over a root that is sticking up in front of you,
Yes, I do.
and you faceplant into the ground, making
Question.
a loud
Question.
when you hit. Yes,
Is he within 20 feet of that guy?
No.
Deanna.
he didn't make it there yet. Also, I have to ask,
Whoa,
were you
another
making
D20.
a straight line?
No.
Okay. Like, were you trying to meet up with him, or were you heading
I
more
was
straight for the orcs?
Doing my own thing, but going cover to cover.
Okay. There's not too much by way of cover. There are a few trees here and there.
So I was
I'm
probably,
hiding behind a leaf. in
So
the
I
middle
was
of the
probably
street.
caught in the open.
Yes.
You almost
Awesome.
could have
So-
rogued, Dave.
Hmm?
I said you almost could have rogued, Dave.
Almost. Then the dice got in the way.
So, the orcs.
Whoop, down I go.
They're looking around.
That's exactly what happened. I'm sneaking along and I say, oop, down I go.
Yep.
Nope.
So you are prone on the ground.
I'm going to stay there. And hope they don't see me.
They don't see you.
Nice.
He's dumb as
Stealth
shit.
check at a disadvantage.
Just don't roll one.
10.
10
So,
plus
14.
14. Okay.
Did you
Thank you.
roll it twice?
He did. He rolled 2 dice. At
Yeah,
once.
the other thing I'm irritated with is that one hit 20.
Yeah.
This is burning a 20 on a disadvantage.
So,
It's the worst thing ever.
One of them sees you because you're standing there.
Leaf?
Can I do a perception?
Sure.
That's okay. I'm going to make him run away in a minute.
12, but my passive is actually 14. So it's actually better if I wasn't actually trying. I don't know how that works.
What the hell?
So confused.
My passive perception is 14. Do I notice that they've noticed him?
You notice that one of them has noticed him.
I drop silence.
Okay.
I don't want to
You suddenly can hear
hamper your ability to
hear your
communicate.
blood, hear your breathing, hear your heartbeat. You are no longer silenced.
Almost deafening.
I don't want to interfere with your spells, and I don't want to interfere with you relaying information. It's the time has passed.
All right.
I don't know what you do.
No one knows what you do
Yeah.
except run fast.
And cause weird
So
things to happen
you
with
guys
fire.
are still moving.
Slowly.
He was moving on his own, but he tripped.
He was moving a little more with intent, I believe.
Just gonna stay down.
Formerly.
Wow.
Moving with intent.
It's kind of
Now
gone
I'm just-
sideways.
Hope he
Now
can
I'm
sneak
taking a
attack.
nap.
Just hope he can sneak attack somebody that walks by him.
He falls into the knee-high grass, and all you see is his head come up, and he looks around.
I try to do some badass combat roll, and I just plant instead of
I thought there was another one there. It was there for a second, but then it went away. I was like, no, I'm not.
He was
not doing
really
this today.
psyching up for that second one, and then it's like, nope, we're done. All right. So, where in the hell? I don't know how to read this thing.
Well, that's convenient. Because
Come on, orcs, please get it within 15 feet.
It's just the next
I only need you to get within 15 feet.
How far are we away from the orcs?
You guys are like
We too. We.
you and he are probably about 40 yards away. You
40 yards.
Yes. You
I would
are
prefer
like-
that in feet, please.
120.
right?
you are like 25 yards, and you are somewhere between the
Hey,
two.
irrelevant. Crossbow time.
That's what I was just looking at.
Come on, just get within 15 feet.
They're definitely within range of my javelins.
Should I roll initiative? I have an intent to.
Oh, wait.
F
What does
them
it
up.
take for me to...
Actually, everybody just go ahead and roll initiatives.
No, I don't like this die.
Shit.
Oh, die.
Whoops.
Hey, I love it when they hit 19.
I already spent that, didn't I? I thought that was.
I gave it back because
Oh.
you earned it for something else.
So can I add this to
Or did you use it again?
Can I add this to initiatives?
I
Because
think
I
you
haven't
did.
spent it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I,
you can add it to initiatives.
I
Because
spent
it's
that.
not really
Okay.
a result kind of roll, but
14K.
I could add it to my initiative,
Ew.
but I don't want to.
Nasty.
Okay.
that's not a lot better.
I barely am on the board.
Okay. Anybody doing better than a 20?
23.
23.
Oh well. Excuse me.
Right.
La-ti-da.
How does a 7 strike you?
I rolled a
Not very
2
hard.
with my +1. I got
15 to
3.
20?
I rolled a 3 with a -1.
Oh, that's worse yet.
Plus 5, though.
Yeah, +5 though.
Okay. Anybody higher than a 15?
Nope.
Higher than a 10?
Nope.
14.
Should have saved it for the attack roll. What was I thinking?
Nah, who knows?
What do you think I got mine back here for?
14.
Can I save that for the attack roll?
Literally a 3.
I rolled a 2 and I got a +1.
Okay.
I wasn't fucking around.
So...
Because it's garbage with 5 added to it. It's garbage without 5 added to it. I should have just left it. Can I take that back? Can I undo it? Can I just go with garbage?
Garbage.
I made a bad choice. I regret it now.
That's not my fault that you made a bad
Oh.
choice.
Sometimes in life
Sorry.
it's important to learn from our
What was
mistakes.
yours?
14.
I'm trying to learn and
14?
mitigate them.
14.
14. Okay.
With a 4.
And then
Operational risk management.
we have
I assure you, I don't
Worst
need
come to worst, just try to hit me with your javelin.
had an
You'll
8
miss him and hit yours.
and
How
You
will
will magically miss him,
Jazz
and your javelin will
had a
go
3.
farther.
All right, Grognek.
Grognek.
This will
orcs
deflect.
are starting to come towards you, weapons drawn.
Okay.
Speed is 30 feet, and I said you were 25 yards, which is
Nice say in the back.
75.
You know what Moradin has to say about orcs, don't you?
No, but I have a sneaky suspicion you're about to tell me, Father.
Hammer
They
time.
get to
Stop. Hammer time.
well, okay. They're moving,
Does that mean
and
my
they
crossbow
end
shoots
up
hammers?
15 feet in front of you.
Oh, I mean,
15 feet in front of me.
15 feet in front of you. Is that not
I don't think
exactly
that'd
what
be
you said?
very
you
This
did?
is gonna look really stupid,
Guiding
but I'm
bolt.
going to start just at 15 feet.
much
I'm going
better
to
than
swing
it
a
would've
fist. And fire snakes are going to spring from my fist, extending my reach by 10 feet.
I mean, your crossbow would probably
Okay,
be
go
harder.
ahead and roll that for me.
I have a light crossbow.
I have a hand crossbow.
Seems legit.
Well, just wait until I can make it.
Well, guiding bolt is just awesome anyway, because that's for everybody.
That was a
really.
4. Let's
Yeah,
actually get this die to read
everybody.
something.
2.
All right, so what is the total?
4 and 2. 6.
9.
9.
A total of 9?
Yeah.
You miss.
That's okay.
But he is horrifying.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna
you gotta
say.
check out this
There's
horror
still
show.
a flame snake extended from each one of my hands and one from each of my feet.
Oh,
And they do kind of get the impression, I'm
It's
assuming,
kind of
that
clownish.
he's the responsible party for the writing and the fire.
Ah, fire!
yeah.
Fire talker. That's what they're going to call you now.
Okay.
I mean, for the next 16 seconds of their life, but
Yeah.
that's what they're going to call you.
So,
No, it's the entire next turn of their lives. This extends for an entire turn.
nice.
So that's what, like
6
15 minutes?
seconds.
Well, yeah, no, a turn is only 6 seconds.
I get essentially 11 rounds out of it.
That's what I was talking about.
I get this round and a turn.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, what do you mean
There
by...
are 10 rounds in a turn. A round is 6 seconds.
Interesting. Usually they just measure that in minutes.
Weird.
Okay, so,
Curious.
the first orc...
Well, flailing about your appendages of fire.
you'll have to forgive me, but I'm not hauling the battle mat out for this. It's just going to be...
Well, use the dice here.
Yeah, I could do that. So the first orc is going to close the distance between the two of you and attack you with his great axe.
It's
And
okay.
probably miss horribly.
It's
It's
very
an
possible.
Okay, act.
It's an okay axe.
It's an axe, I mean.
Yep, he's definitely going to miss.
More like axe body
How
spray.
does a 10
Not against
strike
my
you there,
17.
Grognek?
Not at all.
So does he crit fail? Because it sounds like he should.
He just missed it by 7.
Yeah, that seems like a.
No, see, a critical fail would be if he rolled a nat 1. Rolled a 5.
There was a
Roll a
saving
5.
throw, and that was.
But he barely.
No. It was 1 or a 2.
See what I'm trying to do here?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it.
See what you're trying to do.
It's not
All right.
working.
Second orc. Same deal. And he is going to roll a 22.
Damn. Now that's a great axe.
Well, it's a good axe.
Yeah, that's a pretty good axe.
That's all right.
See if I can just dodge that real quick. Nope.
You're gonna have to take something sometime.
Yeah.
I have a 17 as well.
I don't.
I'm wearing lots of armor.
Wow. You are going to take 4 slashing damage.
Minimum damage.
And that makes it Trunk's
You
turn.
just got the best of a D12.
Oh. I don't even need to get up. I'm just going to roll over,
Okay.
produce my hand crossbow,
Okay.
and do some shoosting.
Okay.
Suddenly he's prone.
Which one are you shooting at?
Firing
Are they,
cocktail
both,
toothpicks.
are they both right up on?
They're both right up on him.
Whichever's closest to me.
Okay, so the one on would be your left and his left.
Is he
They're
within
right.
30 feet?
Yes.
Are they aware of his existence?
Of course not.
So does that count as a sneak attack?
It is one of the rogue's preferred weapons.
I would say
Does that
that
count?
because you
Because they don't know he's there.
because of your positioning, it would count as a sneak attack. But
But
because of them having partial cover, it would count as a disadvantage. I will give you the choice. You can either lose your sneak attack or lose your disadvantage.
Hard to hit that precise
Like-
shot, I guess.
Yeah.
fuck. 10? Does 10 hit? Wait. Is that 10? No, that's a 9. That is 13. Inspired to 16.
A 16 will hit.
Yes, it will.
Them regular damage.
Now, are you doing the disadvantage or are you doing...
That was the disadvantage.
That was the disadvantage. Okay. So you're still going to go with your sneak attack. then.
Yes.
I have all of my dice back.
3 damage. 3 from the sneak attack.
Okay.
It's a really painful cocktail toothpick.
Okay, Grognek. An arrow, well, a bolt, just shot past your leg
The cutest bolt
and
ever.
sunk into the thigh of the guy standing directly in front and slightly to your left.
Crotch shot!
Belhad,
Going for it.
it's your turn.
How far away from them am I?
You are about 40 yards away.
All right. That's too far for an old man to charge people. So I'm going to take my crossbow light out. And
I feel like I'm gonna get
I'm going to spend my time to
It might not be accidental.
load it.
Where is this thing? Why can't I see it?
Right there. I don't know what your problem is. You don't need to see it.
I do need to see it.
And I'm going to take that. All my movement is just getting it out and loading it. And I'm going to shoot the nearest orc, whoever that is, nearest to him, I guess.
It's, from where you are, it's still going to be the one on, like, your left and Grognek's left.
All right. Doesn't really matter who I'm shooting. Fuck. How's a 9 work?
Not super great.
Okay.
Okay. Jasgruli.
Something wrong with that bolt.
Oh, didn't shoot me. All right.
Nope, it just went off into oblivion.
What was my distance? And I'm standing next to him. You said it was
You're
40
standing
yards,
next to him, so it's 40 yards.
which is what in feet?
120.
Alrighty then. I use my javelin.
Okay.
Don't stab me with a javelin.
Just a little bit. Just stab a little bit.
Just the tip.
Bro, you better get prone, because shit just got real up in here. It's
Okay.
time for a little Sabo round.
So,
Sabat.
because of the fact that you are behind him, it is going to be a disadvantage. I would have given you disadvantage, but you flubbed your first roll, and I didn't need to give it to you. 'cause
Oh, I see how we're doing it now. We're handing out disadvantages after the fact, are we?
No, I didn't have to give you disadvantage because you already failed.
I could have failed more.
I could have failed
That
more.
would have been
There,
good.
there was more room for failure.
Roll
Try
it.
harder next time.
Now,
Come on, try hard.
your other option is to wheel around a little bit to your left to where he doesn't have cover, but that will take your move action.
My walk speed's 20.
Okay.
Walk speed's 20 enraged as well. So, if I full out sprint for the bastard, that's going to take my attack as well as the move to get there, right?
Yeah. And then some. You're not going to be able to get to him 120 feet
In 6 seconds.
in one round. You're just not.
Okay. So I use my entire move action to get a shot of opportunity on him to attempt to hit him with my
Okay.
javelin.
So you use your move speed, you move toward him and slightly off to one side so that Grognek is not in your way. Is that
Well, I
how
mean,
I'm...
If he's the thing that's in the way, then yes.
Okay.
I mean, if it's
You
not...
don't have to move too far. It's like you
If
would
it's-
have to just sort of hint over
I mean,
to
if
one
it's
side.
like, you know,
so that
here
he
sits
doesn't
a
have
building, here's the guy I want to hit, and Grognek happens to be in this general vicinity, that's kind of Grognek's problem. He's downwind, not me, so... as long as I have...
So, yep. You're gonna
I
move.
don't give a shit about concealment. I'm all
Oh,
about
plenty
cover.
of healing back here when he throws a javelin at you.
That's what I'm waiting for. The javelin right here. That's what this is for.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead.
Let's hope I don't just fucking flub it right into the ground next to this guy's head.
Oh, God.
Flub him
You already
up and
passed
down.
him.
Yeah, but if I crit fail, it might go backwards.
Yeah.
You would do something like that to me, I believe.
I think it's a fail.
It's a 12, so
A
I threw it.
12.
That's about
Oh, we are just...
it.
Just
it went like
killing
this.
me.
It went like this and went,
Hey, I at least hit my guy. Okay.
A 12, you say.
yeah, I threw it. That's all that happened.
So,
I remember this
As you
crossbow
are-
working better.
running and preparing to launch your javelin,
No, I stopped.
did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said I used my entire move action to
That's
get
right,
to
you
a
did.
spot
You did.
so I can.
Okay. So, give me a second to think here.
We had a cinema outcome and you ruined it.
I did.
Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. You're a jerk.
Well, you guys are running late on me here.
I know,
Causing
I'm
me to
sorry.
Not get laid, so
I'm sorry.
I'm a little snarky. I'm apologizing now. But again, sorry, not sorry. It shit hits the fan.
What do I care if you get laid?
Right?
You know, I'm just saying that's why I'm snarky.
I did say that we were going to try and wrap by 10, and it is 10 after, but you guys are in the middle of a combat.
Well, that's good. Wait,
All right.
we do have empirical evidence of what happened,
True. So,
but it's too late now.
Oh, it's too late
I
to
know.
turn back.
now.
If I could turn back to no.
So
Thank you, Dave.
you launch your javelin.
Just wake him up and... Right? Oh. Not that.
Like the USS Missouri. I don't.
What does that even mean? Let me show you my 16-inch guns. Jesus Christ.
This took a turn for the darker side. Oh my!
So,
As you were
Take
saying,
a look at my
you
stern
launch
turret.
your javelin,
fuck. Wow!
and it sort of sinks into the ground directly to the side of this orc.
Well, he knows we're here.
He does.
He's very aware of that fact now.
Directly, like, here.
I just gave him a weapon.
A javelin
Yes,
is
it-
just stuck
Well,
into the
look at
ground.
isn't that convenient?
What? Convenient weapon placement.
And it is
For
your
him.
turn.
For him or you, whichever comes first.
Well, he's coming first.
Run
It's his
up there,
turn right
grab
now.
it, and just stick it in the side of his neck. Fuck!
Better get a hold of
No.
him. Pull him out, so
I'm again just.
Javelin.
I'm gonna move so these again away from me. Within my 15 feet, and then I'm gonna punch him.
Okay. So you're basically just going to take a 5-foot step straight back.
However far back I need to move so that they're 15 feet away from me.
You'd have to move 10 feet back. But then you would be exiting a threatened square.
Are they really that up in his face?
Yeah, they were right up
Oh, they got
on
up
him.
in your face. Yeah, you got a pretty high AC.
So are you accepting
Yeah, super good
the
AC.
I mean, it's only a
AOs
D12
from
you're taking in
both
the
of them?
face.
By trying to get exactly 15 feet away?
Super high AC for no
Yeah, I'll just get close enough and swing. I don't really care. I just
Well,
want him to be
right
not
now,
right.
they are 5 feet away from you. They are in an adjacent square to you. You may take a 5-foot step backwards, and you will be 10 feet away from the pair of them. But if you take an additional 5-foot step backwards, you are incurring attacks of opportunity from both of them.
Just use your fiery things and grab both of them and slam their fucking heads together.
And the
It doesn't
term-
work like that. I'm just gonna punch him after I get 5 feet away.
The term is shift. Shift.
I'm gonna make them have to move in. So yeah, I'll just move the 5.
Okay, so 5-foot step back.
I'm assuming that 17 hits.
Yes. Which one are you aiming for? The one on your
One on the
left?
right.
The one on the right. Okay.
Well, if they weren't orcs,
Roll me some damage.
they weren't orcs.
I'm looking for where'd the 4 go?
Bleh. I just work here.
There was a D4 up here. Oh, it's on the floor again.
Is it night time?
It is probably about
Nice.
3 in the afternoon.
So 7 and are they wearing flammable clothes?
They are.
They were.
Are they wearing flammable
Because
skin?
that's 7 fire damage.
7 fire damage.
Yeah, it converts all my damage to fire.
Jeez.
Just be glad I don't have another key point.
Why would I be glad you don't have another key point?
Because I can spend a key point if I hit him to inflict another D10 of fire damage.
You're not inflicting it to me.
They're wearing hide and skin. It's not particularly flammable because it's already been dried out and everything.
A little balder than they were, though.
But yeah, you definitely singed and upset them. That makes it orc number 1's turn.
Did I not prep Guiding Bolt? I super didn't. That makes me dumb.
So he takes a 5-foot step towards you, swings, doesn't even kind of get close. Second guy, going to do exactly the same thing, and he does ever so slightly better. Does a 13 hit? Probably not.
Nope.
Isn't nearly as good as I thought it was.
Nope, he missed me by 3.
Yeah.
No, 4. He missed me by 4.
Okay, that makes it Trunk's turn.
Wow.
Run up and pee on him.
Why?
Just because? I don't know.
Why not?
Because why not?
Oh, Trunk's turn. Sorry.
Yes, Trunk's turn.
No, I'm still
Caladrel.
on my... Yeah? I throw a bomb.
man.
I'm going to bomb him.
You are still prone, BT dubs.
Oh, I'm staying there.
Okay, doing the same thing you did last time?
Shooting from my belly. Missing entirely.
Yep, totally.
Probably should have aimed instead of shooting from
Oh,
your belly.
crap.
Not
All
where
right.
your eyeballs are.
Belhad.
Yes. Well,
That's all but 2 of my D20s so far.
And they all failed?
I am disappointed in them.
I don't know what a melee
Do you wanna try
spell
one of
attack
mine?
is.
I've still got these 2 and that one left.
I'm just wondering.
Okay.
If it
So-
comes to that,
You're not allowed to try the black one, though.
no.
No. Black and green, not allowed.
They're
So
definitely
that's a thing.
further away than 60 feet. That's a bummer. Alright, so I can't do that. So I'm gonna repeat the crossbow deal.
Okay.
Load and fire that sucker.
partial concealment with a monk being in the way.
Okay. Is there somewhere I can just sort of shift off to the side a little bit?
Yep.
All right. So I load in stuff in during the movement of shifting over to that better spot.
Okay.
So I get a view on the guy, and I will try another bolt. Fucking A.
Fuck a B, it's got more holes.
That's a 9.
9's gonna miss. That makes it Jazz.
Oh, no. That's unacceptable.
Jazzy J.
No.
I think this thing might be warped.
Why do I always get a warped one?
Alright. So I'm tired of the shenanigans. I use every bit of everything I have to run directly toward the enemy. As far as I can.
Okay. Because of your movement on your last turn, you can totally get there.
So I get there, but I can't do anything.
No, you get there with your movement action, and then you can take an attack action.
Yes. Alright. On my way there.
You can even charge if you want.
Lowers your AC.
Yeah.
But
No.
it heightens your
Smacks their smacking.
Yeah. No.
They are carrying D12 great axes, though, so
Right.
that's rough.
Yeah. So, no. I stop 5 feet away, and I've drawn my my great axe. Grab my great axe, and I stop 5 feet away, and I take a swing with the great axe on the guy who's right in front of me.
Okay.
What do you keep shaking your head for?
Oh, fucking no.
Warbling. So, does an 18 hit?
Absolutely.
Wunderbar.
Somebody.
1d12. Which one are you?
Just don't hit me.
The one that...
This is the goofy looking fucking
Watch
thing.
out for the flame snakes, too.
It's the not quite 20.
Take 6 damage.
Oh, he's laying down the D12 too, huh?
Yup.
Let's get them D12s getting love.
But only
All
with
right.
that weapon.
And Grognek, we're back up to you when you get, back in your spot here.
Back in my hole.
Yep. In your hole.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
Hole. It's gonna be sooner than later.
What?
Wow.
He's commenting on Jeff's wood.
Let me comment on your husband's wood without making this weird, alright? I had to say that loud enough for the thing.
Yeah, we don't know
Did
if
you?
it picks you up.
Did I?
I don't know.
No.
Anyway, Grognek, what you up to?
So they moved closer to me, right?
They did.
Okay, so I'm moving again.
Okay, another 5-foot step back.
Yeah.
Why is your dice box on the floor?
Because there wasn't space for it on the table. Why are you leaving? Peach's butt. Because Josh is in the bathroom, so I don't know where you think you're going.
I'm not going to the bathroom.
I don't think you should add any more wood. It'll be bedtime soon.
So, I can shape air in a 1-foot cube, right?
Can
I mean, I can remove air from a 1-foot cube?
No. If you can shape air, that's one thing, but you cannot create a vacuum.
Nature abhors that.
So? I don't care about nature.
I look like a druid.
Pretty sure that's not a thing.
Yeah, I'm not a druid. I don't care about nature. Fine, then I'll just punch him in the face again.
You'd have an easier time trying to roll on the table, and less
No,
likely for
I'm
it to
pretty good
fall
down here.
off.
It doesn't fall off that often. 11. Probably don't hit with 14.
A 14 does hit, actually.
Wow.
Are you aiming for the same one?
Yeah,
Okay.
He did.
probably. Let me roll this die and we'll see what it says.
Either that or he's plaid in color.
I don't know how I did that.
I don't think you could do that again if you tried, but I can clearly see that it says 2.
Yeah, but it's 5.
5. Okay. The guy on your left drops to the ground.
Like incapacitated
That's
or
enough
dead?
of his
Sorry.
nonsense.
You don't know.
I don't
I mean,
know.
you're fairly close
You
to
do
him.
know. You're the DM.
I said you don't know.
I know, and I'm asking you specifically.
He's down and looks real bad.
So he's quite pale in color.
Like, he looked bad already.
I did kind of burn the shit out of
Yeah.
him. Like-
He's
Well, they're
he's
orcs
down
to begin with. They're not a...
and he's bleeding, but like the blood is black, but he's also kind of smoldering, and the smell is nauseating.
Smells like hot mess up in this bitch. What are you doing?
Gross.
I'm punching him with fire.
Okay,
That one was twitching.
so now it's his turn, but he's just gonna bleed a little bit for
Yay.
his turn, and maybe twitch and sizzle a little bit more.
Can we get a groan?
No, you can't.
He cannot groan.
He's physically
he's
incapable of
past
groaning.
groaning.
All right.
All right.
Things are taking a turn,
Second
I
orc
see.
is now super pissed,
Whatever.
and he is going to.
He should run and flee if he's smart. But he's
The
an orc.
fire asked you a question. All you had to do was answer the question.
Right?
Does a
Not that an answer
21
would have helped, 'cause
hit
nobody
you.
can fucking
Is he going to
listen.
move into me?
yes?
Is he going to get the attack of opportunity for
Yo.
running that
No.
close?
He's not, because the one that you attacked is the one that just went down. This one is 10 feet away from you.
Sad panda.
Oh.
Also, he
So he's moving like adjacent to me. It's not like in my.
okay.
Oh, shit.
Let me give you. So, this is Grognek. This is you. This is the guy that just went down, sort of here-ish.
Yeah.
This is the other guy who is now attacking him. You can't actually get to him.
But he is in hand.
But I did move 5 feet straight back.
But
In order for him to get
That's
there,
true.
he has to move 5 feet, which puts him right next to him.
Ha!
It's true. Okay, let me look at this. So that's him. That's you. This guy is down. You're still here. You moved back. He moves to here. He's still 10 feet away.
Still 10 feet away from me.
Yes, he is 10 feet directly that way.
So he's not in an attack of opportunity.
No. Also, even if he was entering your threatened square, it would not be an attack of opportunity. Only if he was
Gotta leave
leaving
it.
a threatened square. Anyway,
And that seems to make less sense to me.
Well, you don't walk up to people unready.
Well, yeah, but.
oh wait,
a
I already
threat-
rolled that.
It's
yeah,
not a threat,
so
at
we
least
said a
Excuse me, I do
21.
that
Yeah, I know
constantly.
A 21 hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
How dare you suggest otherwise?
7 slashing damage,
Ayah.
and it is Trunk's turn.
Don't worry, I'll get him with my crossbow.
No, I'll get him with mine.
Pew.
Will you?
Nope.
Dave, you can't
Belhad!
undo all of your things. You probably shouldn't drop metal things on the stone dice.
Yeah, that's,
Oh, did I?
yeah,
My bad.
Super did.
don't do that. Belhad,
I'm gonna crossbow this guy.
you're gonna have to move to get this guy.
This keeps
The other
getting
guy
the
went
thing.
down. You won't have to move far,
Are there
just
any-
like 15 feet to your right, and you'll be
I
fine.
will do that, and I'll load the crossbow as I'm going over there.
Do you mumble while you do it?
Yeah,
I'm just
gonna
curious.
See if I can. Maybe the string was a little bit. I don't know. It's like maybe it got wet or something. And I can aim
10 feet to the right!
and I shoot for 14.
You hit
Holy
Sinking it.
the 14.
Damn right I do. Though I still take a -1 on my damage, which I can't figure out because it's a crossbow.
How does it have negative damage?
I don't know why it has a D8 -1.
Are you shooting candles? Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Doesn't make any sense.
It's just.
I don't
rods
add
of
my
wood.
strength to a
Well,
crossbow.
like,
It's
you're
just
using a
dumb.
light crossbow?
Yeah, it's light crossbow.
Because a heavy crossbow is a straight D8.
Well, that's lame sauce. Heavy crossbow
Or,
is supposed to be a D10.
That's ridiculous.
But they take 3 off of it for going from heavy to light.
So you're just shooting like the rod, like the arrow without the tip.
Jasgruli.
That's what's happening here.
Boink. Yeah, and there'll be more of that for you.
Sonny Jim.
I'm all punching him in the face with fire.
McGlooby, it sucks my old balls.
What the fuck?
They don't know what that means.
Quite unexpected, Father.
Doing it for Morden.
Go ahead and roll a knowledge religion, or the equivalent. You have a religion check.
What, for knowing how old his balls
12.
are?
Even for a 12, you will know that most orcs in this area worship Groomish.
Oh, Groomish. Okay, then retcon that into me saying Groomish.
Sexual balls, okay.
What are you doing? Stab him in the head.
I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking. But he's out of striking range for me with my great axe.
But you could just take a 5-foot step to your...
Well, now it's a
Right.
20.
Well, yeah, I can. I was just going over all of my options.
Okay.
You know me, I don't always go with the most typical
That's very true.
attack rolls. I like to...
So why don't you drop your weapons and try to just spit at him?
I don't spit. No one spits.
That.
We go fisticuffs.
Jesus.
Come on, be like me. Punch him with fire.
Well, I've never had the fire, but I have punched someone with poo.
Or be that party member that just guitar solos instead of doing anything meaningful. Just like, I spend my turn.
Here's your guitar.
All right, enjoy that combat that you're fighting for your lives in.
At least play the flute. Give us something.
That's
A
the
drum.
mage. That's the mage trying to do random shit that does that.
So, since I lack a better option at the moment, I will 5-foot step toward the enemy,
And wail on him.
and I will give my great axe a wild, illustrious, enraged swing, coming up and around my shoulder, and aiming to cleave right in this general vicinity. Not so much here or here, but right here.
Okay.
Listeners, he is indicating his knuckle area.
The knuckle.
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 You want a knuckle?
There's a 22 hit.
Absolutely.
Right in the knuckles!
Okay.
Punch him right in the jam bags. Oh my god, I can see.
He takes 9 damage.
He takes what?
9 damage.
He
To the
crumples.
Crunkles from the knuckles.
Crumples under the weight of your mighty swing. And just goes... And
Crunkles
just,
from the knuckles.
you know, sort of
as he
collapses
falls,
upon himself.
as he falls, I look over towards Trunk and just give a knowing look. I don't say anything. Just give him a knowing look. And I just kind of lean back.
Sigh.
Perception checks.
Oh crap! That means I gotta roll stuff again.
Yup.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You're gonna have to take some rolls that are... What do we get?
Well, yeah, I'm taking
I
it.
got 11.
11?
Oh,
11.
you're taking it.
Stupid die.
Doesn't mean I'm keeping it.
14. It's exactly the same score as if I wasn't
I
paying
guess
attention
mine
at all.
wasn't that bad in comparison. I only had 12.
Okay, congratulations. You're, like, the best at hearing
I think
things.
my passive
Wait,
is
what?
16,
What?
though.
Your passive is what?
I think my passive is 16.
Really need to
Yeah,
Yeah,
figure
can I
out.
just use my passive and
I
take
think
13?
Yeah, figure out how that works.
Absolutely.
Like, how does that even?
That's not even a thing.
How can you try harder and do less well than if you weren't trying at all?
Looking in the wrong place.
How do you look for sound?
You
Very
think
carefully, with your
you
mind's
might
eye.
hear something, but you can't really be sure. You might try and listen again, and if you're directing anybody else's attention, they might try again.
Hush down. I think I hear something.
I'll attempt again.
Sure. Why not?
Well, no.
18.
So I hear the sound of my heartbeat with my
I'm still
This is
enraged.
9.
I don't know anything other than I want to fucking stab this guy.
Was that a 1?
Yep. Well, actually.
He farted. That's what I heard. I heard him farting.
Quick failed skill check.
Did you roll a 1?
Well, I did, but it's not actually... wait, what was this for?
No, she said that it
perception.
was.
Oh, perception?
Yes.
She said she was carrying those through.
Yep, nope. That was not one.
That's a 1. Okay. A bug flies in your ear. All you can hear is...
Wow, that'll calm you down, won't it?
Start smacking your ear.
And I'm
Start
already
smacking
You're not
your
going to be
ear.
enraged for the rest. You're going to kill him.
And he didn't even
Because the
bother
bug
to roll
told me to.
his second perception check because he's asleep.
We should make him stay here.
What?
You're supposed to roll another perception.
Another.
Yes,
Yes.
another one.
Well, that's better. 21.
I got an 18.
And you... And
Sleep, he does
you're-
better than I.
you're-
Suck it.
What did you
I got a
roll?
9.
God
A
damn.
9. You
This
did
is
worse
why
the
I'm
second
closing
time.
my eyes.
You hear the bug in his ear.
Like I said, I heard my heartbeat.
You
and
hear...
that's- Hey, let me help you with that.
You two.
Monk poke to the ear? That's probably fatal.
You hear
Oh, I went
the sound
too far.
Probably
of
things
cheering.
that are still flames.
just from one voice
There's apparently some pixies that are like
Right?
fucking psyched.
It's coming from a fair distance. You
Better
had
not be
over
fucking
20.
leprechauns.
21.
You are knowing that it is coming from this direction.
Over there.
What's over there?
The noise.
Our fans. Fan.
We have fans.
Fan. We have fan.
We have fan?
What do
Hey,
we
I'll
have?
take what I can get.
Do
My-
we have
Can I write,
rodents?
"Are you a fan in the sky"? I mean,
Sure.
well, I mean, I can.
The one that
So that
doesn't
would be
look
May
good,
I.
that didn't drop as dramatically as Johnny.
I'm gonna actually
Pez
stand
dispenser?
up
I'm just gonna walk by on the way to where we have fans apparently, and I'm just gonna Moradin Warhammer his head in.
It like explodes like a ripe melon. It's gross.
You went all Gallagher?
Yeah, I got
Fantastic.
Gallagher.
Fuck you!
Just murder that bitch.
I feel like I don't have to do it to the other guy because he's Johnny Pez dispenser.
Yeah,
but-
Right.
he's nearly headless.
You're welcome.
Okay, so are we, well, we have two options. You can either go and investigate the sound now, or we can wrap the session and you can investigate the cheering in 2 weeks.
That's a cliffhanger. I mean, I want to know who this guy is, but it's a cliffhanger. We'd be talking to him forever if we
Yeah.
actually engaged.
Not
him.
really. Not if we impress upon the DM the nature that the conversation needs to move quicker than usual.
Well, we don't want to. We don't want to cheapen conversations.
Yeah,
I can always just burn the information.
Okay.
out of him.
So before we try to talk, since I didn't,
We don't want the
fucking hear a guy,
raging guy to murder him accidentally.
I didn't hear shit other than the bug in my ear, and I really want to kill Trunk still, but I'm trying to be fucking good because I know the king's gonna be pissed if I kill Trunk. Not that he'll be sad you're dead, of course, but just that I've killed you, and he sent you on a mission or some shit. So,
I can cast calm emotions on you. Will that help?
so I'm now, of course, out of rage, and I will roll a run their shit check on the dead guy with barely any head for a nat 20.
well
Oh
then,
yeah, looting the bodies.
you
I'm always complaining
Fine.
How
that
does Moradin feel about that?
that's it's fine. Material possessions
these are
are
orcs.
everything,
Okay, they each have hide armor.
Not no more.
They each have a great axe, very similar to, I
That
believe,
was
the one that
kind.
you're already carrying.
Mine's much better.
And they each
Fuck.
have javelins.
Yay! So I get. So that's what, 2 javelins.
Plus the one that's sticking in the ground up there.
No, that's
you
that's
already
mine.
reclaimed it? Okay.
I'm just poking.
So
I'm
2
not
javelins, 2 great axes, 2 sets of orcish hide armor.
doing it. I'll let you do it because I don't want to carry anything else
Seems legit.
at all.
You know, I can help you with that problem. You know, we can just light it on fire.
And you said they were great axes or battle axes?
They are great axes.
Yeah, but then I can't use any of it again.
But it'll look really cool.
Okay, so then
It could burn pretty colors. You never know.
I make the rest of the group
I want to
aware
know how these trail
of
rations burn.
the items. I said, hey, I searched these guys. I only found their weapons and their armor and nothing of any other intelligence gaining value. And that is 11 to kind of scope the area to see if I see like any bags or any of the things that they may have had that was like their stuff.
You don't notice anything that looks like it is immediately theirs. In the remnants of the town, like any of you who have come through this town, you will know it was a very small town, 600 people max.
Oh god, that
but-
was actually a bigger town than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's a very small town that
I guess I was
is sort of
expecting a
a
village.
suburb. Yes, suburb of a larger city. But the city is some miles away to some direction I don't remember.
So also, I'm throwing the orc bodies
To
on
the
that
south.
fire.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. We might want to dispose of the bodies. I was gonna leave that to you.
On the fire, there is a carcass of a deer
Yay.
that you will presume the orcs were cooking, more or less.
How's it look?
delicious.
not even slightly done.
Well, he might be able
See,
to see
'cause
that.
I'm
But
not-
it also looks like they didn't care that it's not even slightly done.
Well, I mean,
So it's like it's definitely burned on the underside, but the upper side is pretty well raw, and they were clearly.
Hey, if you want to
eating
cut that
on
off, I can speed this cooking process.
Yeah,
Here, we can just.
can somebody? Is it in a way that we could drag it down without burning ourselves horribly?
Well, he
it. Yeah. You can get it
I was
down.
gonna-
fire
I can fix
hands
that.
over here.
Oh yeah. Well
You
then,
can get
He
it
can
down.
cook it and grab it both.
get Johnny good with knives over here to carve some chunks out of that sucker.
Yes.
I'm already tucked into a trail ration. I'm not used to this.
Right.
This kind of activity. I always eat really well back where I was, so I'm already into one of my trail rations. We've been on the road for like an hour and a half, and I'm just
Yeah, they
You've been on the road for like
a day.
7 or 8 hours.
well, that's reasonable. Yeah. Then I might be into 2 trail rations. It's a ration per day.
You burned
And
through
I
them
will.
very
I'm
rapidly.
already
yeah,
into 2 of them.
already in the second one. All right.
I'm in 8,000 calories already. And all I've done's walked and thrown a couple things.
So, the town is completely and utterly destroyed. Anything that was once a building has been reduced to a pile of rubble. You aren't seeing too much in the way of,
Goods and such.
like, yeah. Anything that was of value was either taken or destroyed. You're also not seeing, like, overt signs of, like, dead inhabitants.
So wherever they are, we can be sure that they are in fact whole.
Yes. Also, yes, they are whole wherever it is that they
And I
are.
will remind you as you're sifting through these ashes and rubble that perhaps we shouldn't ransack the town until we find our hosts.
I'm not ransacking anything. The only thing
Just telling you what you see.
I did.
You know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna walk around and put out all the fires.
The only active fire was the one that they were cooking on.
Oh,
Everything else, while having been burned, certainly, was burned long enough ago
Is
that
it-
it's mostly burned
Is
out.
it like they grabbed a bunch of wood from everywhere and started burning it, or is it they just start cooking on like the remnants of a structure?
They just started cooking on the remnants of a structure.
All right, I put it out. I create 10 gallons of water above it.
This thing is...
You know, I
It,
could have done
does
that so
not-
much easily.
it does
No,
not
it was too
fire
big
up.
for you, I thought.
No, it was me. You tried to do it to me in the room. You said it was 30 gallons you were trying to do it.
No, it was
No,
that
it was-
it can rain over a 30 by 30 cube. Or I can create 10 gallons of water in a spot.
10 gallons of water in a sort of raining pattern. It does not put the fire completely out. It
No,
makes-
10 gallons of water is a chunk. It's a 30 by 30 as if it was raining.
Oh,
I'm doing the 10 gallons in a chunk.
okay.
So as if it was coming out of one reservoir bucket.
Okay.
Right in the heart of the fire.
It's... You...
Unless he can...
You create a lot of steam.
It didn't work?
I mean, it's not a huge roaring fire anymore, but it's not completely
campfire
out.
sized, or
It's not something that Smokey the Bear would be okay with you walking away from.
Well, screw that guy.
Still burning.
I'm gonna water wall it. Just
What
take that sheet, you know, that little square space. Use
Uh-huh.
that water, create a flat sheet of wall across it. Go across it with it. Yep.
Okay. That is more effective.
You are definitely becoming Mr. fucking Avatar over here.
Yeah, for a level 3, I feel like you have a lot of tricks up your sleeve.
It's just the frickin' that one is all under elemental attunement.
Fucking OP.
Well, somebody had to create it, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Alright. So,
Form of a bucket of water.
No, don't get me started because I can do that too.
Dear God.
alright, it is actually 10:40.
But it'll only last a minute if I do it, you know. Form of myself. You can make flame copies of myself, but they only last a minute.
Can you control them? Or do they
They only
mirror what
last
you do?
1 minute.
Just your own really creepy...
When each round is only
Yeah, that's-
6 seconds, you have an unlimited fire army, for God's sakes.
I think I can only
60
kill clone
rounds.
one at a time.
Your
Yeah,
whole wedding
I can
party.
shape a 1 foot cube.
Like it's 12 on either side of you.
Into any crude form I designate.
Well, make them all fiery swords. Just fucking hack away.
I was going to do that. I was going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And have this glowing, spectral representation of Moradin's Warhammer. Just smite the fuck out of him. But I wasn't close enough.
Oh, there's a distance for that? I thought it was all, like, line of sight.
No, that one it's a 60-foot range. I can only go out there.
Oh. Interesting.
I think it stays as long as I can see it. But it has to be created within that.
Oh, within that distance.
And then I can move it and attack people. And it's every bit as good as my Warhammer, except it adds my wisdom to its damage instead of my strength, which means it's super better than my Warhammer.
So you just walk,
Actually,
and as you walk, you just keep swinging it and just clearing a path.
Yeah.
Spectral Warhammer should be better.
Well, it also does... Well, it depends. If I'm fighting undead, it does Radiant while I'm fucking people up with it. So
I was gonna say,
if you're susceptible to Radiant, then yeah, it's super bad for you. And if I was a higher level, it would be even worse. But I'm not.
All right. So it is about 11:45. We are definitely wrapping the session there.
And throwing stuff at Dave.
Yeah.
Don't you do it.
I believe it's already happened repeatedly.
Yeah, I believe it has already happened at least twice.
Don't you do it.
Oh, we looked up. I was going to hang them out to everyone so we could all throw them at Dave at the same time.
Nope.
Except one of those still has popping apparently.
Well, that would be the
All right,
funniest one of all.
So, yes.
No, I would have picked this up, and just checked this.
Sharp corner breaks his glasses.
That
All right.
lighted D20 right in
That
the
thing's really heavy.
eyeball.
I don't think I get hit
No,
in the
yeah,
eyeball.
yeah.
He's got glasses on. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you could break his glasses.
That's not cool.
No, it's not cool.
Well,
All right,
What, you
so
don't want to shard of glass in the eye? Could be entertaining.